Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a Monday night. We're ready to kick off another weekend wrestling here at the Wrestling for Life Network with WWE Raw tonight. More Money in the Bank qualifiers, more to talk about, more to get into, a bunch of fallouts this week, and we're going to talk about them all, folks. So get in that chat, click the button, strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe as we bring you WWE Raw tonight. We will be your live reaction to all the action, the most unbiased, uncensored, unscripted coverage in the wrestling world. We're happy to be back at it again, coming off a marathon stream last night, but the wrestling don't stop, and neither do we. So we got Raw, and we are here all week long for all the action. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. So click all those buttons, folks. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. What is on your wrestling mind? How you feeling coming off a crazy weekend in wrestling? And we're going to get into all of the news and all of the exciting stuff, including a match that has been announced for Money in the Bank. We're going to talk all about it, but me and that pretty face have you guys for the next few hours here locked in and ready to go. So if you don't know, I am Mr. Evernight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and is this where I cue the guy to start playing the drowning pool now? Is this where I do that?
Body's hitting the floor.
I do think that was actually a cool moment. I watched it back and you see the crowd react. It was a cool moment. That match should have ended the show, though. There was no topping that. We're getting out of the gate talking about this. We were talking about it before we went live. There was no topping that. Ospreay and Hangman worked at a deficit because they had to follow that match.
Not only that, but I mean, again, if you're going to, they gave that promo about how he wanted to go last. He was crazy enough to go after Anarchy in the Arena. Then you got to show up and show out. And I saw a lot of people today bantering back and forth the way the IWC does. Will Ospreay did not have his best match at Double or Nothing. Will Ospreay has had better matches in 2025. It was a very slow match. It was methodical to the point of boring. Maybe part of that boredom came from the idea that Anarchy in the Arena had already kind of set the tone. That trios match, like you do a trios match with a bunch of run-ins after doing an Anarchy in the Arena with a ton of run-ins. It's bad booking, bad decision-making. And yeah, maybe they were working from a deficit, but this is a deficit that Ospreay wanted to be in. And unfortunately, this wasn't a 5-star banger. This wasn't Ospreay MJF. This wasn't Ospreay Danielson. This wasn't Ospreay Fletcher. This was Ospreay Hangman Page. And it wasn't the best of matches.
I will give you that. I want to go back and rewatch it because I think part of it, and it's, again, like you said, they set themselves up for that, of following the Anarchy in the Arena match. The trios match just died to death. That didn't need to, that was only there, like we said, of just to be a placeholder, to be the in between everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go back and rewatch the match to not have like 6.5 hours of burnout going into watching it.
True. And
everything, and just take it as its whole. But even then, I don't think it's not that Ospreay's best match of 2025, like you said. I think that they're going to run it back at Forbidden Door, like I said earlier on the predictions and everything. Yeah, because then you're going to get Hangman Moxley versus Ospreay. We run it back that way, and he leaves Wembley versus going into Wembley as AEW World Champ.
Yeah, I just have a feeling that with it being Forbidden Door, will it be like Moxley versus Gabe Kidd? Will it be something like that? Will it be?
Oh, that would be bad right now because he's paired up with Gabe Kidd.
Yeah, for now, but Gabe Kidd had a minimal role. What was the point of bringing Gabe Kidd into this? But regardless, I mean, again, the good news for everybody out there who's tuning in, and welcome, folks. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed your Monday. We will get to the chat. We will say hello to all the people. We have about 21 minutes before the start of the show. It was a great weekend of wrestling. I saw a lot of people unhappy with Saturday main event. Those people can take a hike. They can touch grass. Saturday main event was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was solid from start to finish. It was a good time. It was a fun time. And when we talk about quote unquote real pro wrestling, that was more towards pro wrestling than just about anything else we got in this weekend. NXT Battleground burned. It was great, including Trick Williams, your new TNA champion. And Double or Nothing was good. It really was. If Tony could clear out some of the garbage that's in the way, it would be a lot better. But everyone's talking about the best anarchy in the arena ever. Why? Because a table exploded? Why? Because there was some, like, what was, like, it was what it was. But at the end of the day, you had a stretcher match. We had people using scissors. It was a good pay-per-view. But I think the common trend in 2024, 2023, now in 2025 is this company is really good. Tony is the problem. And it's Tony's decision-making that is handcuffing this company.
They could have trimmed a few matches, and I think it would have done much better as a card and everything like that, just on a whole and everything. Surprising to say, Mercedes Mone match of the night when it comes to Double or Nothing. Her and Hayter could be up there. I would honestly, I would almost say that match was better than Ospreay Hangman.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give credit where it's due. And I mean, I saw a lot of people, again, talking about Ospreay, and I get it. Ospreay's kind of got this aura about him right now that he can do no wrong. But I admit, I've been one of the biggest critics in the world about Mercedes Mone. Mercedes and Hayter, one of the best matches of the night. Even the finish I was okay with because she stole it and she was able to run away. It was good for a heel, great heel finish, good action, good energy. Toni Storm and Mina wasn't as good as Sasha and Hayter. Was not as good. And again, a lot of people, oh my God, they kissed. Relax, boys. You can see that on the internet for free.
Act like you've been there before.
My God, yes, they kissed. I don't get it. I don't understand what the need for it was. But hey, they kissed.
Well, and just overall, like you were saying before, of this whole past weekend was great in pro wrestling.
Yes.
There was something for everybody out there. You got Bronson Reed shows up, and we're going to hopefully have that announced or answered today about Bronson Reed pairing up with Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman. You have Logan Paul, John Cena set up to face Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso at Money in the Bank.
100%. I mean, you have, they announced Becky versus Lyra Valkyria for the IC title at Money in the Bank.
That's I was unaware of that.
Okay. So that gets announced this afternoon. Again, the usual Becky Hogan people get running with their, pitchforks and their torches.
But Monet ain't Hogan. Still undefeated, going now for having mid-card, having both titles, having all the titles.
The bad news is Mercedes Moné is systematically, like when Monet's contract's done, if she moves on, say she stops wrestling or goes back to the Fed, she could go back to the Fed, folks. But let's say she moves on. She has systematically buried the division in the process. Megan Bayne, Camille, Deonna, Athena, they've all been poor Chris Statlander, turned to dust. There is no remnants of this women's division. You want to talk about Hogan's? You want to talk about doesn't work for me, brother? You want to talk about putting yourself above everything? That has been allowed to happen in the AEW women's division. We don't even see half the women I just mentioned, and there's another bunch that I could mention that we never see.
Right. And to think, we just went from praising this woman saying she had probably the best match of the pay-per-view. But this is proven, though, we call it down the fucking middle here.
Right. And again, if she keeps having really good, strong matches, then that kind of shuts up the argument. The problem when she first got to AEW, she had a bunch of clunky matches, and they keep bringing in international talent just to pat her.
She wrestles to the level of her opponent. I feel.
She's not a leader. She's not somebody that
she's a follower. And I'm saying that as in ring, like Jamie Hayter brought one of the best matches out of her. Athena brought one of the best matches out of her. Someone that's already is going to have a good match brought the best match out of Monet.
I think so. And if you go back in her history, when she was in the ring with Charlotte, she looked like a fucking boss. When she was in the ring with Bayley, she looked unbeatable. She looked great, but there was a reason why she never successfully defended that title, because she's not a great promo. She doesn't stand out, and she is the weakest of the four horsewomen. Let's play that game. But again, she needs carried. She needs carried, and I think this is a great example, because when you put her in the ring with, whoever, Inamori or whoever, it has not gone well. It has not gone well with her trying to lead the way. She relies on better talent. Jamie Hayter brought that. Tony Storm and her are going to have an amazing match at All In.
Facts. But I will pivot to a person who didn't need to be carried to becoming the new predictions title holder, as you have it up on the screen. Christian has survived the gauntlet that was Saturday Night Main Event, Battleground, Double or Nothing. Did I miss a show in there? Was Under Siege?
Under Siege was Friday. We did have a title on the line on Friday as well. So 4 pay-per-views at the end of the weekend. We do have Christian as our new champ.
Do you feel bad though for TNA though, of that Under Siege is the forgotten child in all of this? Like, I literally had to second guess if that actually happened.
Yes and no. I mean, no to in the idea that this is one of their secondary shows. This is one of the ones that, if you are buying this show from Triller or wherever, it's $12.99, not $20.99 or $29.99. It's the better deal, and it's a Friday night pay-per-view. It was good, but it is what it is. Like, it's not exactly something that stood out over the weekend, especially with everything else that was going on. Well, the biggest TNA news is their title.
That was literally what I was about to segue into. Of the biggest TNA news happened on NXT. It happened on Battleground last night, to where Trick Williams is now the NXT or the TNA champion. And I saw the little backstage thing though too, where you even sit there and hit the Joe Hendry pose and all of that. I think this is going to be good for Trick. He's going to spend some time over there. He's a top guy from NXT. It shows. You scratch my back, I scratch your back.
Yeah, I think it's good for Trick in a lot of ways, because he was kind of stuck, and this is good. Yeah. You see guys like Mike Santana woke up feeling like, I got to save TNA. I know our buddy Anthony had the theory that Mike Santana is going to be the hero that saves this company. Yeah, I think it's good for TNA. It's exposure for TNA. We got Mike Santana cutting promos in the back of Battleground. Yeah, I think there's a lot of moving parts here, and I know people so badly want this to be a horrible situation, and it's just the Fed being the Fed. But it's not. This is worked really well.
Yeah, if you really look at all of the facts versus rumors and opinions, I would say, of you look at the actual working relationship between TNA and NXT or WWE. I think it's done nothing but help both sides. You got the biggest you now have a huge historic moment that happened in front of the most eyes when it comes to TNA getting attention. And we've now seen them move to the point to where they're having to turn people away at Under Siege, the show we forgot about from the weekend. They literally were so many people that had to turn people away from trying to come in and everything. They're beating down the doors. So clearly that worked out. Everybody said, oh, they're going to colonize. They're going to, take over AAA, and they're going to make it just WWE light. That hasn't been the case at all. And if anything, they're featuring it pretty prominently when we're going to have that show free on YouTube. So that's an easy introduction for everybody that's never watched AAA. We're putting Vikingo versus Chad Gable on there.
Yep. And that's only the beginning. That's only the beginning of that whole scenario. So, again, lots of good stuff going on in the wrestling. We are the Wrestling Fans United. We are the Wrestling Utopia. We are the wrestling fans, friends and fans you can't find in your real life. And again, we are the ones that buck the system. But we are not the IWC. We are the WFU. Use those hashtags. Get your merch. Get your swag. Be a part of the Wrestling Fans United. We're proud to be leading the way, swinging this flag, a place where we can be honest about the wrestling. And I think Double or Nothing and Battleground and everything else we went through this weekend, we watched all the companies, Nick, and I think we've earned very much the right to have an opinion. And I get it. Some people really, really want their favorite to be their favorite. I do want to say to the IWC out there, for those who are listening, one of the weakest, most insecure comments you can make is when you give your opinion and follow it with, but everyone's gonna hate it, or I bet the other company's fans are gonna shit. Like, that is one of the weakest, most insecure comments, and you see it everywhere. Oh, that was a barn. If you didn't like that, you don't like wrestling. Like, it's this instant.
So Ricochet.
Yeah, soft as baby shit.
Soft serve Ricochet, but we know that we don't have a soft ass chat. But should we say hi to the peoples?
Yeah, let's do some roll call. Who's here today? Who's present? Who's absent? And who is just a little bit tardy? We will find out.
Do I qualify as all three?
You might.
I think I qualify as all three.
I was just trying to make you spit your drink. What's up?
No, then the whole show shuts down.
Right. But happy Memorial Day weekend to the those south of my border. Pause. But yeah, happy Memorial Day to anyone out there celebrating it. We had our Victoria's Day the week before. It's the weirdest thing. We had it on the 19th. So dumb. But anyway, happy long weekend.
Victoria Beckham from the Spice Girls.
That's exactly what it is. We're crazy. We play Spice Girls all day long on the radio.
So tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
Zig. Zach Minger in the house. Let's go. Clay Lewis, how you doing? Michael Warner, welcome back. Good to see you. I don't have to work today. Yes. Eric.
Some of us did, and it sucks having to do that on a Monday after an AEW pay-per-view, Tony, when it ends in a different day than when it started.
Yeah, dear Tony, you are fucking up my work week. Please do better.
Dear Tony. Well, fucking Christ, AEW's actual channel was in the fucking chat and everything, so they heard us. So, folks, be vocal to them. They're listening. We got proof.
Right. Yeah, for those who don't know, AEW official was in this chat last night and wished us good luck and wished us, hoped we enjoyed the show. So we've seen a lot of wrestlers pop in, Stevie Richards, Grim Reaper, our old buddy. I almost called him the nickname that you gave him, but I didn't do it.
No. Well, now Mr. Ellsworth is disputing that he's not green t-shirt guy.
Well, yeah, they had to, Foley that real quick.
Right.
But Ronan's with us. Hot Mem Day. We got you. Dennis, C Money back at it again. Chris Bauer, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. Let's go. Christian, your days are numbered. I love it. Brandon, welcome back. Let's go. Ken, good to see you. Christian, let's go. Christian having a good day. Maybe he's living La Villa Loca with that belt and we get a lady friend. Tanisha, welcome back. AJ, welcome back. Let's go. Mr. Noob, good to see ya. I know you guys don't agree, but the sanitized, over-commercialized WWE product isn't for me. I'll watch you guys and highlights. And that is fair. And this is something that I've been vocal about in the counter. I understand the commercialization of it, and it has been a lot. Like, there are things that are happening under Triple H and TKO that would never happen under Vince, like the ring sponsorships and such. And I'm okay with that. Give me all the ring sponsorships you want if you're not going to give me as many commercials. Holding them accountable for NBC's programming and NBC's commercial block, like, dude, it's no different. When I worked in radio, we sold commercial blocks. Like, the client didn't tell us where to put the commercials. We put the commercials where we wanted them, and that is a trick. So on a Saturday night special on NBC, we're going to get a lot of commercials. Does it hurt the matches at times? Yeah, it's kind of foolery. I think you broke it down of like, tope commercial.
Elbow through the table and everything on the outside, commercial break. Springboard moonsault to the outside, commercial break. But if you're done, if I can say on this, I have no issue with this comment, Mr. Noob. I don't,
not at all.
I don't need to agree with it or whatever. Different strokes for different folks. I have plenty of friends, Christ, even you and I. You're big into lucha. I'm not so much. I'm more into New Japan, the strong style. You call fucking Naito Nito. I have friends that are specifically AEW fans. I have friends that only watch deathmatch wrestling and everything and still are abreast of that. I know there's some content creators that are out there that we're friends with that only cover Wrestling Revolver. So absolutely. I like that we do the whole scope of wrestling.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is, one of our claims to fame is we watch all the wrestling. We watch more wrestling than anybody else out there, at least publicly. We don't know what you guys are doing privately, but we watch a ton of wrestling. We like it all. We've been here cheering for all types of stuff. This idea, again, the instant reaction to like Anarchy in the Arena wasn't great. Oh, you're a puss. You don't love it. You can't. No. I've watched men and women bleed all over the place and fall on light tubes and 2x4s and scaffolding. That's not the problem. It's when it's just random. Like, why did the table broke up?
Oh, why? Yeah, why did it blow up? But no, I even like
up.
the noob of still saying, "Oh, I watched you guys and watch highlights," and that's the thing. That's where I like when it's at that level of everything. Still, even if you like what you like and I like what I like and all of that, but it still means peaceful. We still, keeping everything on the up and up, and still open to have the dialogue versus just throwing snowballs to throw snowballs type of shit. And to your point, I think it was 2023. I wanted my match of the year nominee to be Rina Yamashita versus Alex Colon for the ultra violent death match title in GCW.
Right. It was a great match. It was a really good match. It had a really good story and a really good arc to it. I think that when you do it well, you do it right, and when you do it right, it's fun to watch. And I will say, Anarchy in the Arena was fun. It was chaotic, but a lot of it could have been better. It could have been done better, and it could have made a lot more sense. And you lose me as a fan, maybe because I'm 40. You lose me as a fan when you got grown-ass men my age walking out dressed up like in comic book characters. I don't play that fucking cosplay bullshit. I'm not interested in the founding fathers. You show up for a fight. Show up, look like you're grown-ass men ready to go.
We're showing up as a predator. I don't mind.
That's kid shit. That's kid shit to me.
That's fair, but see, again, this is where we agree to disagree. I don't mind that. I think, to me, everything would have gone a lot more swimmingly, a lot more smoothly if that match ended it. If we're down to the last thing, and before we're 6 hours into this show, and then you hear "Let the bodies hit the floor," and all right, I'm fucking back, and then you end with all that chaos. That's the biggest thing: is nothing could follow that. Osprey and Hangman on their best day could not follow that.
Well, can I ask everyone out there right now that can hear my voice, including the gentleman sitting next to me? There is a lot of people up in arms about, I can't believe they're not going to have a world title match at Money in the Bank. Oh, well, did we defend the world title at Double or Nothing?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the best argument. That's the best argument right there. How do you fight it?
No matter what side of the argument you're on, yes or no, keep the same energy. Whatever your energy is, keep it. Like, that's what blows my mind of, I can't believe they're going to do this Cena tag team match. Oh, we're going to just throw our world champion that's had the championship in a suitcase for 8 months in a fucking, in a nothing match, in a fun, let's blow up some tables match.
But, and it works, and we've talked about this before, of that the emphasis on Money in the Bank should be on Money in the Bank, and that's how you keep that the emphasis is you put the different, syllable doing other things. I think a lot of people are instantly worried and like itchy trigger finger of like, is Travis Scott going to show up again?
I'm nervous about that too.
Logan Paul still is a little
no, I'm apprehensive about that too, and it'd be a huge mistake. But we got 3 minutes, so Chris, Saffit, Zach, we got you. Sean, we got you. We literally got through like 5 comments and then stopped. MDB, welcome back. Let's go. Paul, welcome back. How you doing? I don't like Joe Henry, but people saying that he's buried is stupid. It is stupid. He has been nothing but highlighted. Christian, our predictions champion. Let's go. Worlds collide. MDB. To be fair, not much to do in Brampton. There is a shit ton to do in Brampton, sir.
I was waiting for you to get there.
That town, I'm not even there, and I hate that place. I'll make it very clear. If you're from Brampton, I'm sorry. I spent way too many years in Brampton. I fucking hate Brampton. It is a shit show. It is a gong show.
Spaz,
a disaster. I mean, I think Spaz is on the periph. So Spaz knows what I'm talking about if he's nearby. But Brampton is a bit of a fucking dumpster fire right now in life. Like, where they tell you just leave your car keys by your front door in case people want to steal your car. This way you're less likely to have problems. What the fuck? Anyway, moving on.
Hold, no.
No. We gotta go. We gotta go.
That's screeching fucking halt.
Yeah, no, we'll get back to that.
What?
Yeah, no.
As an American, no, you lock your down like Fort Knox.
Oh, no.
Especially because I live in the ghetto.
Yeah, well, that is a lot. Brampton's a tough spot, and I mean, I spent many years in Brampton, but I don't like it anymore, and I was happy to get away from it. Vance, how you doing? I see Spaz's super chat just popped up. I haven't seen it yet. I don't want to read it. Chris, he's probably like, I love Brampton. Shit. No. Shouldn't it be Vikingo versus El Grande Americano? No, well, Chad Gable personally has. You think so?
Yes. Fuck him. Piss off Twitter. Do it.
I like it.
Some men just want to watch the world burn, Mr. Lane.
Right, Daryl, MDB, Vance, welcome back. Chris, we got you. What is up, Kyle? Theater of the Absurd. AW does do great pay-per-views. I'm always regretting not ordering, but I'm ordering the next one. And I'll put this question out to the chat because we got to move on real quick. Was Double or Nothing AEW's best pay-per-view of 2025? My vote, no. I think Revolution was better. I think other shows were better. You can't just look at the really great stuff. You got to look at the whole card.
I got to read through some more comments as I look up the shows that the pay-per-views that AW did in 2025.
Right. 123 Kid, welcome back. MDB, got you. Jordan, Jason, Ronan. Canada wants to be American. Oh, no, we don't. We're running. Richard, it's the last thing we want. Y'all are a fucking mess. Cherokee George. Let's go. Theater, got you. Brother Fluff Salisbury, welcome back. Wrestling Proud is, folks, we are about to start any minute. Cole Roderick gets thrown in the chat. Let's go, Cole. We love Cole. Hope he's doing well. AEW will do banger pay-per-views with the worst lead up to the pay-per-view. The wrestlers outkick the coverage a lot of times. Andy, welcome back. AJ, good to see you again. Jules, yo, Nick, KJ, let's hope for another good show. As Nick, we are going to have to sync up. I'm going to put a pause on this. Jimmy, welcome back. But ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I are going to dial in. I got then.
Now.
You might be slightly ahead because I paused.
Right. There's a forever.
So you just have to hiccup because
I just got the pause. They didn't want to pop up for me. I'm at together. So literally just a second and a half. Big W. Big W. No, yes, I couldn't pull up the pause. That's all.
Big W on the screen, folks. We're rolling, going back to Saturday Night Main Event. Get in that chat. Let us know how you're feeling tonight. Happy Monday to everybody out there. And we will get through this roll call. But Jimmy's with us. Jules is with us. Rocco's with us. Richard, we got you. AR1's back at it again. Vance got you already. The Yeet God. Good. You God, be nice or we'll have to put you on timeout, sir. You can't take shit so personal, my guy. Saffit, let's go. Jimmy, let's go. And I'm sure some of these comments.
You don't work there, dog. Like, whichever side it is, you don't work there. Like, he still said he was tuning in the channel and everything. Why are you mad? You gangbanging over your brother. What the fuck are we doing?
This is the funniest comment I've read in weeks. But low-key looks 40 teen. I love it. What kills me with AEW is not knowing it could be so much better with all the talent. It just needs a little bit of tuning, like a better. If they had a better leader, the army would march along much better.
Well, it's like seeing a Camaro or a Corvette or whatever sports car you want to fantasize, and you see that if that just got tuned up a little bit, the owner let it have some rust on it, the engine's got a fucking tick in it and everything like that. But if you just tune that baby up a little bit, that's a fucking screaming demon.
Yeah. Why do you got a Toyota engine in a Corvette? What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Tony?
What was it? It was a Ferrari engine and a fucking SUV or something like that.
Yeah.
Whose moniker was that? Wasn't it like?
Come back to me.
Anyway, moving on.
Jimmy, we got you. Richard, we got you. Sean, welcome back. Spaz, hey brother, I think the some like steak and some like chicken take is a bit oversimplified because in the year of our Lord Al Bundy, shout out. That's my guy. They are moldy chickens and 5-star Michelin steakhouses, house steaks. I like that all together. And I do believe there's a little bit of, it can be oversimplified a little bit.
Mm.
And I don't think our job here is to tell anybody what they should and shouldn't like. But there are things that are fundamentally against the, like, if you go to NASCAR and one of the cars is making right-hand turns, there's a problem. There's a problem. Everyone's going left.
To me, it's as long as, and I think this goes just in general as our opinions and everything, or anybody in the chat, is being willing to have the discussion, to admit faults of, if you're a WWE loyalist or anything like that, you can admit when there's issues. If you're an AW sicko, to where you can admit where faults may be, where cracks may be in the armor.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is being open to have the discussion versus this is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for tweeting, this is for fun type shit.
Well, again, to me, it's like somebody in a toxic relationship and it's a mess. And we've all had friends in that scenario where you're just like, that's not right. And your friend's just like, but I love it. I love it. And that's kind of what it feels like a little bit with some of the AEW tribalists of whatever they do. Oh, that was like fucking Uncle Dave trying to sell us on Okada's speedball. Oh, that was like Okada's best. Fuck off. I don't even remember that match.
I literally don't. I don't know if I was on a pause for that match. I don't know if I was here for that match. That match is out of my mind entirely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those of like, it's okay, bro, that she punched me in the face. I brought her drink with too many ice cubes in it. like what the fuck are you doing?
Right? Shit. Marvin, welcome back. Spaz. Brampton outlawed fireworks rather than the rest of the people who misuse them. That is a fact. Chance. Let's go, Chris.
We're shitting on Brampton tonight. Let's go.
Right? Isn't Hamilton like Toronto Light? Yeah, I mean, Hamilton's like the little brother. The Hamilton folks, the Hamiltonians won't like hearing that. But they're like, Hamilton's like our Pittsburgh, your Pittsburgh.
Well,
hey, Seth.
Fair enough. I thought they were out there, still on Broadway. But yeah, I got Seth Rollins coming out right now.
And they still have the Saturday Night Main Event set up.
Is it same arena?
I don't. That's a good question. But no big screen, like no big stage, more room for fans.
Yo, look at this though. This so goddamn good. Visual.
Oh, it's so
the
good.
Sea of people. Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Seth is in the money suit. Literally.
Right? Well, did you see it going around that like the Dangerous Alliance picture, like Death Row?
Oh, yes. I saw people that were already jumping on. See, they copied us first, folks. We did that for a members only stream. They copied us first. But
right.
Yeah, I saw people already trying to put that out on t-shirts and everything, and people still losing their mind about why is Bronson Reed in here? Because he's a fucking badass. How about that? How about we just accept that? Because he's a fucking badass.
And I kind of did offer some, like they haven't told us, and they will tell us. We'll see what their answer is. But I could fundamentally break it down in the sense of, this is a guy that I went to war with. This guy is a beast. I still beat him, but he pushed me to the limits. And with the right coaching, the right mentoring, this guy's going to be a world beater, and I'd rather have him on my side than against me.
It's the same time, like you said it right there, it's the same time any team signs a guy who this guy fucks our shit up.
Yeah.
So let's sign him and use him on our team so he wrecks their shit instead of our shit.
Yeah, I'm cheering for the Leafs to sign Brad Marchand in the offseason. Like, that's how that's what I feel.
He's your fucking Horcrux.
Yeah, like, fuck it, bring him in. We can't beat him.
But this goddamn visual, these two.
So good.
Here come the man in black. Where was it? Jose had a good comment. Sunglasses, indoors, douche or no douche?
Douche.
Douche. Very douche.
Very douche.
Dude, a whole canoe of douche.
This comment's great from Chris. Mina and Tony's kiss was timeless.
Oh, trust me, there's people that have got that on a 10-hour loop right now.
There's some people who know exactly how many minutes or how many seconds that kiss was.
Yeah, that's the top liked time-stamped comment on that fucking video.
What is with the collar? Did Becky forget to take his collar off before letting him out?
Well, no, well, he's got to just move the chain a little bit there. But yeah, no, I like it. He's got the fucking, and we're done. We're done with the over spray tan. We're done with Coconut Heyman.
Yeah, he toned it down.
Well, he's getting more in the grays.
Let's see.
Is this evolution or danger? Yeah.
Look, he's introducing each guy individually and emphatically. I love this shit. Revolution was hands down the better and the best.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
I literally I came to that conclusion because I looked through everything. I made sure what was in 2025, and we were syncing up on that when I came to that, fruition. But yeah.
Well, even the pay-per-view. What was the pay-per-view with the steel cage match with Osprey and Fletcher? Was that's
Revolution? That's Revolution.
That is Revolution. Okay, that is the one. And the Dynasty pay-per-view was really good, except Moxley.
49.
Oh my God. He's
Paul Heyman is the ultimate hype man.
Yeah. Braun Breaker is going to WrestleMania, main event WrestleMania 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
But then again, we're seeing, I've said this before, this is Heyman's retirement plan before our eyes. He's already starting to show the little gray in the sides of the hair that's left there.
Right. Don't worry. Eventually he's going to have the other Steiner that's floating up there playing football will be the next Paul Heyman guy.
Well, and then he'll have Shane's kid too that's out there playing football as well.
Right. Oh, look at this.
Oh, we're getting Bronson. Sorry.
CM Punk chance breakout.
I'm trying to find
there's nothing for this specific.
No. I was at least this.
Yeah. I watch you guys for Double or Nothing, and it seems okay, but you guys also make Collision bearable. Well, that's what we try to do, right? The wrestling might suck. We never do, Sean. And again, we gave Double or Nothing good praise. I think what the tribalists don't realize is they force people to tell you why it sucked. If they just said, oh, that was a pretty good pay-per-view, and they were a little more honest with themselves, then it wouldn't put people in the position to go, wait a minute, why the fuck did you just say that? Now I got to correct you. And you're making me criticize something I liked. I like Double or Nothing, but you acting like that was the best Will Ospreay match that Will's ever had. Well, that's just stupid. Bronson Reed like this looks wicked.
Oh, 100. Well, it's what he was with the Bloodline. We thought he could have fit in there. If he would have fit even two, if he looks halfway Samoan-ish, you got to slide him in there. He's Polynesian light.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to just hear halfway. Oh, now we're getting to Seth. But yeah, it's okay for things to be okay. Not everything has to be the best. Not everything has to be the greatest. It's okay for things to be okay.
Yeah. Just be honest. Well, you know what? Ospreay Hangman had a pretty good match. It wasn't what I hoped for. But, Ospreay's had, it wasn't as good as this Ospreay match. But maybe he'll be better next time. There's nothing wrong with saying that. That doesn't mean you hate Ospreay. But this constant need to say everything is great and the best ever and the best, you show it because the more you praise it, the smaller the crowds are getting, the smaller the numbers are getting. Like, it's counterintuitive to what's really happening.
Hey, KJ, you really like that movie, right? You gave it a 10 out of 10. So I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Does that mean I fucking hate that movie? Does that mean that movie's shit, that I'm an asshole, that you need to wish harm upon my family because I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 like you do?
It depends what movie. No, I'm just kidding.
Fighting word.
Right?
Man's got Slapshot fucking on deck, just ready to fight.
Yeah, I dare you to say something bad about Braveheart. Let's go.
You Scottish hater.
But Paul Heyman is in the ring, folks, kicking this one off and doing what Paul does best. The only match I enjoyed at Double or Nothing was Anarchy in the Arena. The costumes, I
give you an architect. Sorry. Yo, this is so good. And this is exactly what we thought that they were going to be if we're building. This is the future of this industry.
Yes. Yeah. This is, and we've used the comparable before, others have done it, but it is Evolution 2025. Just a different variety, a different flavor.
Here with Versace Sage on.
And it's perfect. I mean, to have Seth in the green suit looking sharp and have the others in black makes a strong message.
Is it interesting to compare the members of the Shield and where they've gone of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, John Moxley?
Say that again. I was distracted by the background.
Exactly. No, that's that meme going around of the Chimera with the 3 hats and everything.
Right.
And one's serious, and one's fucking goofy.
Yeah. And I will say this, and I'll stand on this business, Nick. John Moxley has yet to give us a good title defense. Someone out there tell me a good John Moxley match in this title run. That wasn't gimmicks. That wasn't no DQ. That didn't involve bleeding. Just a really good fucking wrestling match. Because people hold some companies to this really high standard where you got to deliver this A+ 5-star match every time. Moxley has yet to do it.
You've ruled out every match because you mentioned no bleeding.
Right? We're done. We're fucked.
You're done. And the man's got a forehead of paper mache. I got Seth Rollins. And he finally fixed his chain.
So now they sing his song, but they boo him. It's an interesting dichotomy.
It's the Jericho effect.
Right? What up, Anthony? How you doing, buddy?
What up? What up?
There you go. Marvin feeling it. The KJ chants, the Nick chants. I like it. I'm doing well considering I had to laugh last night at Anarchy in the Arena. We laughed a lot, which is
it was a good spectacle.
Yes.
Total control, total domination.
America, fuck yeah.
Roman is Rock. Seth is Hunter. I don't know. KO is Austin. Batista. I don't know. What?
Is Bronson Batista? You sold out.
Well, yeah, Bronson would have to be Batista, and then Breaker is definitely Randy Orton.
Yeah, Seth got them. Who did Seth sell out to? Seth? I haven't changed shit.
I haven't changed. That's the thing. That's what makes this work. And everyone, but there's no Tony Khan is the master of long-term storytelling, but I digress. But that this has been Seth's statement hasn't changed. The only people who have changed are the people around him.
Yeah, that's true. The following Saturday Night Main Event, Cody's back. R-Truth had a fun match. I'm okay with it. Cody being back is interesting. I didn't know he'd be back this soon.
Right.
The game has already begun. AEW needs better creative. Yeah, that's the one thing hurting AEW. They have all the time. They have such a good show, such a good group of people, and it's just the guy in charge doesn't know how to stop them. There's not enough
Washington, TK, we know you're listening. We know you're tuned in. We know you're subscribed. So we'll do it on the low. You will just be consultants even. You don't even got to put us on the books.
Yeah, I'll accept some ghostwriter duties. Let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go. We'll be the little bubble that bounces on the screen.
Well, Heyman is literally just having a moment. He is having an experience.
You want to chant profanity at me? You want to question my integrity?
Randy Marsh.
Look at Paul.
This is all about integrity.
Look at Paul.
That's what I'm saying. This man is having a fucking moment.
Paul gets him back to singing. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, but no, Heyman is the maestro. Heyman has done something. It has he's a one of one.
You people, you morons. You don't even know what's good for you.
See, but this goes back to Seth of you need me to tell you what's good for you. That's why he hated Punk. That's why he hated Roman.
Right.
That's we know what Roman will become if he gets control and everything. Yeah, we already saw that. CM Punk's a cancer. This is Seth hasn't changed. All that's changed is the people who's around him.
Army tank with a Ferrari engine. Spaz. Who is it? Who said that, though?
Yeah.
I know that quote, but the vitamins will not let me retrieve the information at the moment.
I want to almost say it's Rhino, but I feel like I'm probably wrong.
Do you know if WWE is showing both pay-per-views on June? Yeah, but one's free on YouTube, Laura.
Yes, one will be on the Tubes of You, and the other will be. Now, do they follow each other? Like, do they piggyback?
Yeah. So it's like a 2 p.m. start for Worlds Collide, and then I imagine that'll take us to about 5-ish o'clock, and then we're kind of turning around, and we're going to be live for Money in the Bank 7-ish.
I feel like an asshole because we didn't remember this fucking who it was. It's Husky Harris.
It's Husky. Oh,
that's why I'm like, I feel like an asshole now.
In all fairness, yeah,
it was right. Husky.
It was Husky. I should have known.
Yes, we've solved the riddle. I googled it.
Yeah. Christian, I didn't clown you. Are the Wrestling for Life predictions champion? Congratulations. Seth's going to be in Money in the Bank.
Yes. Oh, I even before all of this promo, I thought just him being in a qualifying match, he's in it.
Yeah. I mean, again, we talk about I can't believe this or I can't believe that. But now instead of think about previous Money in the Banks, Nick. We've had a lot of fluffy guys thrown in there because they're good at flips or whatever. This Money in the Bank on both sides of the docket could have some main event talent in it.
Well, this is why we thought it was all but signed, sealed, and delivered when Charlotte was in a qualifying match. She was the favorite going into that. I was surprised. I think we both were that Julia won because we expected Charlotte because you were going to have the Murderers Row. A revolutionary. I am a visionary. I am Seth Rollins. And they still go with it.
It's when you're so bad, you're good. And they boo the shit they don't like. They cheer. They hit their cues. They know what their cues are.
Richard says this, though, of I'm loving Seth's faction so far and was comparing it to staying the void that the Judgment Day used to hold. I think this is filling the void the Bloodline used to hold.
I would agree with you.
It's filling a much bigger void.
Yeah, it might be bigger than Judgment Day. Punk got Hulk smashed. He really did. Tsunami. Laura, I'm glad you're doing fine. Marvin, we love seeing you, buddy. The God, too many commercials is lame reason for not watching WWE. Yeah, but it's not again, I think for me as an international fan, I don't get commercials on Monday, Tuesday, or Friday. So,
but to break down what he actually said, if we're going all the way back to this, which I don't know why we're going all the way back to this, but we're going all the way back to this, you're making us do this, of that he felt WWE was too polished and everything. That's not a commercial thing. That was Mr. Noob and everything. That we're going back to this whole comment about that he doesn't tune into WWE because he feels it's too polished, it's too commercial and everything. Not that it had too many commercials, that it's too Disney.
Oh, here we go. Action kicking off, folks.
Right.
Penta in the house.
Bradley, the giver of gifts out here, gifting a membership out here.
Bradley!
Amanda, shout out, I think, a new name. Christian Powers joining the fam for Monday Night Raw. So, see, Christian won and he's spreading the good gospel, I guess, here.
That's it. Celebrate, Christian. Let's go.
Right.
All right, folks. Sorry, Nick, to interrupt. I will cut you off here for a second. We have the triple threat qualifier, Penta, Dragon Lee, and I don't know why Chad Gable's in this because he's not doing double duty.
I mean, you never know. Well, that's when you could have had El Grande Americano at one show and Chad Gable at the other.
Right. That would help a lot for him. But
is this just like a Huck Tua in the face of Dragon Lee? Like, here, you're going to fight the Lucha we replaced you with?
I think Dragon Lee's okay. He's still young. My guy.
Woo. I need him and Fenix. Fenix, and Penta to just be fucking a goddamn faction or something.
Right. And the criticisms they're not malicious. Like, yeah, every once in a while I'll take a pot shot at somebody. If you're going to act stupid, you're probably going to get called stupid, right? You can't fix stupid. It just is what it is. Stupid is as stupid does. We know that. But again, nothing's said with malice. 90% of what we say on this channel is Maybe 80% is tongue in cheek. Yeah, nothing's malicious. And for me, I don't want to speak on Nick's behalf, but I know you're very similar, Nick. My complaints and my frustrations on like a Wednesday night are because I know what it could be. And it's no different than when Monday night sucked and Friday night sucked. We were sitting here pulling our hair out and our beard out because it was awful and we knew it could have been better.
We were just doing this up until last week on SmackDown with it being 3 hours, and then the fact that they might still be 3 hours come June and everything, we were back at it. Like,
you're like, shit.
Well, that's the thing is, I think that's why, and I'm not trying to fucking boost ourselves up anymore or anything, but because we watch the wide spectrum of wrestling, we watch a Wrestling Revolver, we watch House of Glory, we watch a fucking Battle Club Pro, a GCW, WWE, AEW, TNA, that we have just the widest spectrum of wrestling information to pull from, of what is the vibe, what is going on right now in the world of wrestling in 2025.
Oh, yeah.
And we're live, not catching replays, not 2 days late when we see, a Spiteful or Wrestling Snoozer Network that's out there, talking about, oh, well, Drew's going to get some time off and be out indefinitely. Well, no shit, he took a fucking concerto. I would hope so.
For $19.99, please.
Right. Oh my God, groundbreaking information right there. I would have never guessed if you hadn't have told me.
Yeah. That shit kills me. What was it? Who debuted recently? And they were like, click more now. The breaking news. I was like, you criminal bastards.
Right. Nick, I sent you important data. Well, we're getting at the border brawl here, but I'll see it. I got the fireworks popping off, so maybe they might have sensed your presence. They're sending out the infantry.
Right. Death Triangle 2.0 with Dragon Lee. Penta for the win.
Oh. Okay, they explained it then. Thank you. So there you go.
That's it. That's all it took was a little explanation.
Right. A little less conversation, a little more action. Shout out Geekbox, though, by the way, everybody's second favorite box out there. And by the way, if you haven't done so already, go and check out when Geekbox was on us during the whole European tour and everything. Check out all his reaction videos, and especially the interviews with the great KJ White beside me there and the man who puts the T in TNA, Ringside Anthony.
Absolutely. Go check out Geekbox, and we will see Geekbox back here, friend of the show. He is family, so go give him some love, doing all the hard lifting, putting everything together and bringing the community together. So go give our buddies some love.
Right, but he's saying Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Rollins, and Heyman. I'm so damn excited for what they're going to do. Like I said, that they're getting compared to the Dangerous Alliance to Evolution because they're feeling that bloodline size void of here's the top faction that's going to run shit.
Well, yeah, and because how do you stop them? Because you have the power of a
Vikingo! Sorry.
Hey! Alhito!
Tony's punching air again.
It's so weird that we watched Vikingo for like 4 years. 4 years on that programming, and never once someone thought, anybody think we should sign this guy? Like,
fucking sign this guy, right? Nah. WWE don't want any interest in him. They won't. They don't like the flippy guys, right?
Right.
Nah.
Oh. All right. Dragon Lee and Penta says, take that, Chad Gable. We're off and running, folks. Nick, 80% of the chat, 82% to be exact, taking Penta. Dragon Lee getting 4, Chad getting 14.
Penta all the way, like you said. Maybe, well, you said Gable's not doing double duty. Maybe if you would have slid in an El Grande Americano versus Vikingo, which again, I think just let fucking Twitter burn with that. The app's already gone to shit. Elon, it crashes all the time. Go ahead.
Is it even, you kind of got it right. I was going to say, is it more insulting that the American comes in, Chad, and gets the W over like a Vikingo? Or is it Chad playing the luchador? That's
it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
More. If I'm going to be offended on Twitter, I'm offended because of Gulf of Mexico and and gang banging about all of that shit. No.
Right.
But
yeah, you're right. As I said it, I was like, ah.
Yeah, but Dragon Lee's out here. When have they had the chin strap on the masks recently? I know Fenix has it, but now Dragon Lee's got the chin strap. I've never seen Ray really rock the chin strap. He's got more of the choker.
Yeah, he's always had the chinny strap. Yeah.
No, he's choker. He's here, not here.
Oh,
love. Smack a little booty on whip my belt.
Oh, big suplex.
Right? Yeah, no, I think Penta takes this. Penta's the more viable name to be a world title contender, and he's gonna do some cool shit.
Oh shit! Yo, nice fisherman. Or sorry, just a northern.
And we're not talking about Gordon and his fucking shrimp or his fucking fish fillets or anything. But Penta's the guy that is gonna do some cool shit off the ladder.
Oh yeah, big kick. Yeah, I mean, where is Worlds Collide taking place?
LA.
What's that? LA.
They're both in LA.
Oh, so maybe Chad could do double duty. I just didn't think he would.
No, yeah, but no, I think you do the double. You still play smoke and mirrors with the fucking gimmicks.
Yeah, for sure. Gable looks like a chiseled out of granite. Some love for the physique. I did click on a super chat. I didn't acknowledge it though.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
No. Gable's hurt.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a stinger.
He's okay.
Well, going to commercial, I can tell you that much.
Everybody, Penta up and over.
But yeah, that was.
He's okay. He's not bleeding.
Well, yeah, like I said, it was probably just a stinger or sell it, but it was a package driver on Gable as he hit the like backpack neck breaker on Dragon Lee there.
Yeah. As you are in commercial break, the show rolls on my end as Penta has Dragon Lee on the outside, slapping him in the chest. Chad is taking a moment to catch his breath. I did click on this, but I didn't acknowledge it. Straight out of Jersey, Joe Zapata. I love it. Love it all. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you for the support. And thank you for the kind words. We do appreciate all the love.
Yeah, shout out, homie. I think I've connected with homie on Instagram. So yeah, shout out, my guy.
Doesn't surprise me for some reason. Gable got the worst of that. Yes, he did. Snapdragon.
Ooh.
What an effing stupid power driver by Penta. Why was it stupid? I don't know if stupid's the right word.
No, it was the most impressive, powerful move he can do. If I got both guys on me, I might take them both out. It was
dangerous.
I'm glad Chad didn't get take a bad bump on that and everything. I mean, it's not like, Zelina booting Chelsea in the face.
Right.
So we had an official, Chelsea Green, broken nose from Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah.
And somehow Dave Meltzer already knows it's a fucking clean break. He's got the x-rays, folks. He's got the medical records. Yes.
I want so bad to fight Dave Meltzer, but he won't let me. I'm being honest, straight up.
We need to set that up.
I want to fight Dave Meltzer.
They've had celebrity boxing. They've had YouTube boxing. We'll set up IWC boxing.
There you go. Just a good old hockey fight with Uncle Dave.
Well, I think we got what's his name there from the Dansbury Trashers and everything like that. We can probably set that up there.
Right.
Joey Galante or AJ Galante. Sorry, fuck.
Yeah. As Chad did tie both luchadors to the rope, both have got free. Penta selling the leg.
Taylor Trick has never set foot in a TNA ring. Wrong.
Not true.
Yeah, not accurate. This was an epic fail and a legit downfall of TNA. Not accurate. TNA does not mean total nonstop action. That's literally what the fucking company's name is.
How could you be wrong all three times?
Yeah, that's a strikeout. That's a strikeout, my guy.
Swing and a miss.
You struck out swinging. I don't even credit. At least the bat got off your shoulders, but goddamn, did you whiff?
All right, fuck you, Joe Boo. I do it myself.
Whoa, hold on. We're not saying you, Taylor, by the way. No,
not you, Taylor.
Because Chris wrestled Christ the same weekend. He wrestled in TNA the same weekend he won the fucking TNA title. So wrong there. an epic fail, legit downfall. It's been the most attention TNA has gotten
They're selling
in
more
recent
tickets
memory,
than
outside of
AEW.
Joe Hendry showing up at WrestleMania.
Yeah. They are now on par with AEW in ticket sales as far as like show to show. They are putting a couple thousand people in a building and it's increased. So again, this is nothing but exposure for TNA. The TNA president was present. It's not like he's being duped. He's not an idiot. He knows what's happening.
The president was president set a precedent, and that's a whole lot of alliterations and words to say.
Yeah, Vikingo getting a little antsy in the pantsy here.
Well, that's just because of the border crossing, but I digress. Oh, fucking I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love.
Chad's just like, I'm out. And he claps Vikingo.
I'm gonna beat this guy up. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna go fight
love
this
Chad
guy.
Gable. I really love Chad Gable. He's so funny. There's just no reason. Just
He is short Kurt Angle. He is short King Kurt Angle. But yeah, and to even say that, going back to the last comment though, real quick, of saying that TNA doesn't stand for total nonstop action. No, that's literally what the fucking company is. Like that was the most obvious one, and you whiffed on that one.
Oh shit! Everybody getting kicked.
Oh,
now here's the thing I want to make very clear to everybody.
Sorry.
This would have been one of the best matches. Oh, that was so high.
He fucking folded that man like a lawn chair.
So high. Chad came down so high. Oh.
Yeah, that's like all across your neck and your shoulder blades. But and then again, after the fucking driver from Penta, you're like, this man's gotta just be sitting there with dual ice packs.
Name a match that we watched in Double or Nothing that was more action-packed, more fun, and bell to bell better than this one.
Anarchy in the Arena.
That's not the same thing.
Well, that's the only thing I can say.
Right? You think about it though, really. Like, we want to talk about wrestling, real wrestling. Bell to bell wrestling. This match is burning right now.
WWE does not get credit. And you've said this, and I'm going to keep parroting it until other people realize. Straps down. Until other people realize it. WWE does not get credit for its in-ring action.
What a match. What a match to start Raw tonight, folks.
Moonsault. Dos.
Was that title match a no DQ match? Which one?
Oh. Yeah, you're going to have to clarify on that one.
Vikingo!
Right in front of the fucking triple threat, so it's no disqualification. God. I still hate that rule at times.
But Vikingo, Chad started it, so it's
I don't care who started it. I'm throwing the flag on who finished it.
Canadian Destroyer. Shut up,
Mexican Destroyer.
You son of a bitch. Oh, he's bleeding.
2, 3.
Todd's going to money.
Chad was goddamn convulsing there.
He just gushing.
Well, no, he was on that 3 count. He was like, yeah, he got busted open that you didn't see the same way Chelsea did. Like, I was more believable and figured out how Chelsea got busted open more than Chad.
Right. This match is fire. Chad had a rough night, but now you're selling us on Chad versus Vikingo.
Yup. And hey, again, we're going to put it free on YouTube. So anyone who hasn't paid attention or doesn't know about AAA, now you get you get the easiest way to access it. I can't spoon feed it to you easier.
No, not at all. Big win for Penta. Penta looks like a badass. Vikingo, again, Chad, I mean, I know you don't like Vikingo getting involved, but don't start nothing, won't be nothing. So we go to the JV as a nice transition. Is Liv back tonight? I
assume we're getting Liv back tonight too, though, as well.
I was asking, yeah.
Yeah.
Trick Williams single-handedly destroyed TNA. Shub Taylor.
Oh, ye God.
Be nice.
You're gonna get thrown out. You're gonna get a goddamn ejection and everything at this point. You're getting roughing penalties.
Oh, this is amazing. Konnichiwa, bitches.
Oh, Olivia scorned. You had chicky nuggies with her.
The pop for the reaction.
Oh,
Is Dominic Mysterio not the biggest hoe in wrestling? This man just pulling everybody.
He's become the women's championship right now. They used to fight over belt. They used to fight over titles. Now we fight over Dom Mysterio and chicky nuggies.
Right? Dom's got all the pull. He
is fucking winning. He is then, now, forever. This man went from Rhea to Liv to Roxanne and still got a wife on the side.
Look at Finn. Finn is
like, I'm gonna die.
Let's go.
You fucked up. Roxanne's so oblivious. But is Roxanne there from Finn because they were talking of, is she there just to fuck this shit up? She's a sleeper cell.
Yeah. Oh, we got Natty and Maxine with Tozawa, who's about to get annihilated.
What the fuck is with these outfits?
Fucking hell, dude. Finn's face that entire time looked like he smelled a fart. Just
no, he was the Jack Nicholson at the bar in anger management. Yes. Oh, you fucked up, buddy. You fell into the fucking trap. Oh, but I like this though from Geekbox though. Geekbox saying, okay, Nick, next you'll expect us to think AEW means All Elite Wrestling. Yes. Questioning minds want to know.
Oh, they're acknowledging Memorial Day weekend here. Shout out to everybody who has served for any country.
Right? Yeah.
It's the craziest. I mean, you're not giving me a gun and sending me off to somewhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got paperwork that tells me I can't do that shit, but yeah. No, it's still one of those of, again, you can disagree with the reasoning behind it, what have you, not to get into political shit or whatever. You can disagree with the reasoning, but the fact that another human being put their fucking life out there on the line for you and everything for whatever fucking reason is still a fucking thing to behold. Like, I've got family that's in the military. I've got, even my neighbor that was just at a fucking barbecue in the backyard with was in the military. Like, it's part of life. It sucks, but it's part of life.
Yeah, no, I mean, all the political things aside, there was especially a time, and I think maybe this world doesn't know it so well, but there was a time where, it was so important to the history of the planet as things were working out that we sent off young men and women. Like I said, I got family like you that were off in the war. It's an amazing thing. Is an amazing sacrifice to put yourself out there. Like, again, braver than me, and kudos to everyone who does it.
And then that's the thing is really especially when it comes to Memorial Day, and this is be the last halfway political type of thing I try and say, but it's that the people that are out there on the front lines and everything, they didn't decide to go there. I don't think some 18-year-old from fucking Idaho or anything like that didn't decide I want to go to fucking Iwo Jima today or some shit like that. Yeah. So they didn't choose to be there, but they went there because they had to, and they went, trying to keep everybody as safe as they could. They were the real Captain Americas and type of shit like that. Absolutely. And I always say that because I live in America, but yeah.
Absolutely. Good Memorial Day. Yeah. Narrated by Cody Rhodes. Love that WWE covers this often. As they do. My time in the service, I met some amazing boys and girls flying the American and Canadian flags, and I absolutely love them for doing it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Hey, shout out. Well, no, shout out. I had no idea Geekbox, by the way, and everything. But yeah, no. That's the thing is we've all been there. We've all got buddies that have been through that and everything. But yeah, no, it is the biggest sacrifice you can actually make of being out there, of like willing to put your body on the line, your life on the line for somebody that doesn't know.
Right. No, thanks to all the vets. Yeah, I mean, again, we're gonna click on these. Now we're back into the wrestling war, so that didn't take long. But I lost 2 friends involved in military ambushes, and a girlfriend from junior high was working for someone. Yeah, T's and P's. And again, happy Memorial Day to everyone out there. And let's make peace. Let's make love, not war.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do taxes, not
Exactly. I got the fucking IRS is up my ass. But
bro, pause. You keep your
right guy. We needed to transition
your
the fuck out of
whatever.
that. Like we were getting on a lonely, lonesome highway east of Omaha.
Full disclosure, I put Miro in the chat for the poll.
Well, Christ almighty. But Geekbox, yeah, Nick was Royal Marines.
Yep.
In my early and fitter days, back in the Afghan days.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah, I had definitely had family in the British military as well. So that's amazing, Geekbox.
Yeah, I mean, I done sat down and then paperwork came through and said, nope, can't do it. Can't be trusted.
Yes.
Well, but that goes to the testament right there of that you have to be cut from a different cloth, I feel, to be like, I'm going to go overseas and fight a war that I get to choose, like get told I'm what.
Bro, I'd get shot on day one, just like minding my own business.
Yes, I'd be like, oh, I'm hurt. Did take a bump.
My dumb ass is
a fucking jobber in the military.
Where's he going? Oh, I think he went to smoke a joint. Oh, he used to be here. He used to be here.
Oh God! We're moving on. We're not a military channel. We're not a political channel.
We're back to the fun stuff. Channel. Love, Liv got a big pop. What Liv walked into got a big pop. In addition to Liv, and that was a great moment. And the fact that Roxanne's doing to Liv what Liv did to Rhea,
turnabout's fair play.
Lie, cheat, and steal runs in this man's blood.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Liv could make it back from her film schedule on that big blockbuster that everyone was going to have their jaws dropped about her being involved in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, mom's the fucking word about Roman about the being in Street Fighter movie with Jason Momoa.
Cast Liv is Cammy in Street Fighter. Let's go.
Who would be fucking Chun-Li?
Xia Li.
No, they do fucking Nikita Lyons.
Get the fuck out of here. This is over, and the crowd does not care much.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Miro versus Tozawa. Am I supposed to care much?
No, this was what this was like. This leads to something like.
But to what? Like,
I don't know yet.
Yeah, but he
won't let go. Is it Otis
to Tozawa? Like, this is all a bunch of I don't give a fuck. Cuz
what's happening? Who's answering the bell? Sheamus!
Old friend. I've heard that they were gonna do this this whole fucking feud here. Sheamus versus Miro. So we're getting, the United Nations colliding here.
Maybe they hug it out.
No, they're about to fucking throw down.
They're gonna have a good brawl. This is good to keep everyone busy.
But this is a keep everyone busy feud. Yes.
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 Perhaps.
Oh no, perhaps. This fucking facts.
What is going to happen here? They should team up. Sheamus has been
born. Yes. Now everyone wanted it when Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa did it. So why can't Sheamus and Miro do it? Now kiss.
Now kiss.
Now kiss.
Miro just slowly walking away. Crowd murmurs.
Bro,
there you go.
When did Raw's mid-card division become Tyson Punch-Out?
Right. All right, Nick, I'm going to punch out, and I'll be right back, sir. I don't get why that does.
I don't know. You don't like me. You don't want me to be with the people, I guess. Dad's trying to keep us away. But yes, as we've still got just Sheamus and Miro. Oh, fuck. All right. So we've got Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer, 2 bears, 1 cave, and I don't care. Burt Kreischer is redder than I've ever been on a stream and is getting already giddy with excitement, just waiting to fucking talk. But I don't care about this. But what I do care about is Spaz with a $5 super chat. Want proof TK is a goofball on a pay-per-view with a good portion dedicated to Owen Hart. He plays Let the Bodies Hit the Floor many times. I hadn't even thought about that, as Bert just ran off for some fucking reason. I hadn't even tried to make that connection, Spaz. I don't know if that might be a little bit of a reach, but yeah, I still thought it was a cool moment. And again, I think they built up enough that what the fuck is this? So Bert's already taken his shirt off and is now hanging out with the Viking Raiders. Well, I don't. He's fucking so red. He looks like a goddamn cooked lobster. I don't care about any of this. I used to like Bert and Tom. I don't care anymore. But yeah, I hadn't put that 2 and 2 together, I guess. I think that might be a bit of a halfway of a stretch here. But again, if I'm wrong and it's not too much of a reach, I still think it was a cool moment. It was, to me, what really would have helped just with the mood and everything, even a bit of the perception, as I've got the New Day coming out here with, goddamn, this is where I'm going to show my nerd. I'm pretty sure this is either a Saiyan outfit or it's Attack on fucking Titan, because they got the goddamn Giant Gonzalez flesh attire-ish a bit and everything. But yes, if Anarchy in the Arena ended the show, that's how you go off of, oh my god, I can't believe it, holy they were doing all this. I think it changes the entire perspective a bit, because you had that with 2 matches to go, and one match that you had propped up was going to be so great because you had announced earlier before that it was going to be the main event, and they knew what they were going against, and they were going to over deliver. And it's Will Ospreay versus Hangman Page. It just, you had, there was a lot of really good in Double or Nothing. They kind of just threw the stick in their own tire spokes a bit. But as I'm trying to get caught up back with the chat, as I'm in commercial break right now. So again, I see 122 people kicking with us. That's awesome. I know we've had 130 and all of that. Let's see if we can keep this thing rolling, growing, and rocking and rolling and all that. And what are we at for likes on the stream? We're at 108. So let's see if we can get, 130 live with us, 110 likes on the stream, all that. These are simple ass, folks. These are simple things. And again, it's free. It costs you nothing. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We're ever so close to 7K. You forgot the Creed brothers in the poll. I didn't make the poll, Chris. Yell at KJ. Trust me. I'm not going to get into this dirty talk, but I can't make a poll rise, lad. That's only KJ's ability. Yeah, it's a triple threat. I know. So you still let me know in the chat who you're taking. The poll, I guess. New Day for the win. New Day. Looks like the Beast Titan. Fair enough. That's, like I said, this is when my wife's a weeb and my wife's, part Asian and everything, and she's all into the fucking anime and everything. So I was like, Attack on Titan, kind of, but it also had a bit of like the Saiyan armor and everything like that. I will admit I'm a Dragon Ball Z nerd, but yes. Flu Day will cheat. What? New Day for the win. Everybody taking the New Day. We don't see a title change. No one thinks a title change. No one thinks, on Memorial Day, on America Day, we get the Creed brothers. We don't have the Creed brothers go into Worlds Collide as tag team champions, and maybe they defend them against a tag team from AAA. Hi. Yeah, Kreischer is a living heart attack. Yeah, like I said, it's now getting scary watching Bert. I mean, he's a little out there and not funny anymore, but I digress. You messed up the poll. I didn't make the poll. I just raised the flag. I didn't stitch the flag. Sean Reed saying New Day for the win. Kind of like the New Day music. I don't know if it's halfway because we do this and because I'm talking, but I haven't fully heard their new theme song. New Day's gear looks like it needs to be thrown on the grill. Put a little shrimp on the bobby. Christian Nick, would you have a laugh if next year for Anarchy in the Arena they play Dragon Ball Z theme song? Well, yes, duh. I mean, Christ. I know KJ didn't like it. I'm a Predator fan. One of my favorite franchises of all time, especially. Arnold, yeah, do it. What are you waiting for? Come on, do it. New poll. Did Nick ruin the poll? I didn't ruin the poll. But yeah, you need to do it. Yeah. Swerve showed up as Predator. I chuckled at the Young Bucks showing up as the Founding Fathers and everything like that. I know KJ didn't like it, but I don't mind it. I don't mind when Jade's showing up in cosplay attire and everything like that. But yeah, as Sammy and Jay backstage here, I agree with you. Dragon Ball should be used for everything. Well, if you want to get caught up, and this is just a complete side nomer, all of that, sidebar, if you want to get caught up and get a firm grasp on what happens in Dragon Ball Z without actually watching Dragon Ball Z, like OG, watch Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z's Abridged. It's hilarious, and it'll get you caught up on everything that's happened. It'll tell you the story in a hilarious way. Nick, do you think Miles Bourne's stock went up even though he lost? Absolutely. The fact that he was even in the match, his stock was going up. New faces in new places is the motto, it seems, for NXT, and it worked really well, and absolutely it helps. Now it's how do you follow up, though? Now that you've propped him up there, you got to take it and run with it here. But as we are on the way, folks, as we've got Bert Kreischer, again, has to take his shirt off in front of Waka Flocka, by the way. No one's going to acknowledge goddamn, is that pretty positive? That's goddamn Waka Flocka right behind him. But, and Tom Segura's got to chug a beer poorly. But yes, we've got to hype up the two. I can't say that because we're kind of that. But yeah, as we're underway with the Viking Raiders, the War Raiders, taking on the New Day, taking on the Creed brothers for the Monday Night Raw tag team titles. So let me know, folks, who you taking. Whoop. Hey, like the stream, we are keeping Nick off the poll. Absolutely, folks. Every bit of super chats, every bit of, super stickers, every like, every subscription just helps me keeping off the pipe and the poll. So 100%, I need you, folks. You're helping keeping me here sober and clean. Joke. Yes, no, that absolutely. It's free to cost you nothing. Do something strange for a little piece of change. Bert Kreischer, yes, yeah. Bert Kreischer is looking very much closer to a Bert Kreischer than Bert Kreischer. BS. Pat McAfee versus Bert Kreischer at SummerSlam. God no. In a parking lot brawl. Yes, that was Waka Flocka. Thank you, MDB. I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, how are we not paying attention to goddamn Waka Flocka right now? The man who played the soundtrack of a generation. But yeah. The Creed brothers for the upset win. I could see it. Especially on America Day. And, like I said, again, we've got Worlds Collide on the tippy toes, all of that. So maybe they defend the tag titles versus a AAA tag team, especially if you're already going to have Chad Gable on the card. You have them there too as well. John C., yeah, Waka Flocka, hey. Grow Wall Street. Fucker. I'll go hard in the mother paint. I can't say all these swear words, but yeah. Girl, the way you do it, wash me with no hands. Nick, I am your father. It's my job to keep you off the pole. Well, there you go, Corey. Well, the kid allowance has been late, my guy. I guess I don't know. Tippy-toeing, Nick. Yeah, I'm tippy-toeing. But yes, I am in commercial break again. Absolutely. I guess we're going with it. Help keep me off the pole and the pipe, folks. Make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. Spread the good gospel of wrestling out there. Absolutely. We're ever so close to 7K. We've been at 130 in the chat and everything. We were around 140 pretty much most of last night as well. I believe we're close to 110 likes on the stream. So let's see if we can get up to 110, 115, all of that. Bert and Ernie versus the Cat Miller. Somebody call my mama. Well, we already had, I guess, my dad. So somebody call my mama. Nick, I want to see Sami Zayn as a world champion. Well, we could see it. Again, I think we get into, and I know KJ's been all about it, you get into a bit of these hot potato situations. The title, we're not going to have. Tell your friends, let's get to 200 in the chat. Absolutely. But yes, we're going to get to, these titles aren't going to have your 1,000-day, 3,000-day reigns and everything like that. You're going to have 10-day, 20-day, 100-day, 300 days, all of that. And it'll bounce around a bit. Now, I am glad that we, at least for now, have not gotten a Sami Zayn heel turn. We had Bronson Reed show up as the third man instead of Sami Zayn. And he happened there and took out Sami and CM Punk. So I think we're safe on Sami turning heel. Want to see Motor City versus the Blue Day. It's a Blue Day. Yes, it is. Please no Zayn champ. Why? Larry, why? What's the issue? What's the issue with Sami being a champ? No commercial here. Well, you can keep that Canada over there. I got Visa commercials right now. Sami saying, Big Bird, he's my friend. I guess, I don't know. We need to support KJ and Nick's Burger Fund. Why did it become a burger fund? We cannot let them go back on the pole. Yeah, absolutely. Help us do something strange for a little piece of change. I think that worked. I don't know if it did. Yeah, so I'm getting an ad right now for LA Money in the Bank. So we're going to get double header. We'll be here for both events and pretty much through both events of Worlds Collide live on YouTube in LA. AAA meets WWE, the crossover, the Forbidden Door that they didn't need to announce as a Forbidden Door. They didn't make it a big thing. They just put it on YouTube and then goes right into Money in the Bank, which, yes, we're not getting the world titles defended, but we're going to see who's going to be next in the line to be challenging for them. $20 is $20. Absolutely. Facts. You take the good, you take the bad, and there you go. You got the facts of life. That's 100% right there. $20 is $20. Here, Anthony, what up, what up? As I'm back in action of, am I the only one that still doesn't like if you have a triple threat match with all teams involved and any team can lose at any time, that you don't have a competitor from each team in the ring at all times? Because right now we've just got Woods and Eric in the ring. Until he gets his beard wrapped around the pole, he trips a what? I'm glad you guys don't do commercials. I mean, we could do one. I know we do have the AdSense and everything. I will admit that we are monetized. We do have the AdSense and everything on for YouTube, which is again help stroke the algorithms, folks, and everything. I mean, I could play the merch commercial if we wanted to, but even then, it's still we're just playing us. Yeah. AAA is partnership with TNA. Malik, is that just, if that is a thing, is that just through because of WWE? Kind of, I think Sami deserves it. Nick on a pole, so it's already satisfying. Listen, keep me out of your fantasies. Got that one. Sammy for world champion. Damn it, it's time. Oh, Ivar just sits down on Julius and dumps out. Was that Austin? And now dumps out Brutus. Kofi getting dumped on the outside on everybody as well. So everybody, oh, we're gonna get a Viking flying. Well, I never see.
Speaking of a flying Viking,
I see a Viking fly.
Right. Speaking of a high Viking, let's go. Go to the top.
I think Geekbox might look more like Ivar. You might look more like Eric.
I'll accept that.
Yeah.
I accept that. I don't have a whole lot of ginge tinge to my situation.
Geekbox, you ginge change over there. I can't even say the words.
Right. Some people just have that gingivitis. Ivar's so good.
Trust me, I call my sister, I call her a day walker.
I love that. As both men on top, the crowd a little quiet on my break while I was taking this in, Nick. I don't know how.
Yeah, well,
like big elbow, no response. But they get a little interested in Ivar. There you go. Pop for the Vikings.
Pop for the big beefy boy. Well, speaking of beefy boys, did you see Tom Segura and
yes,
Bert Kreischer?
Why is
two
Bert
players, no
so
cage.
Did Bert sleep under a heat lamp?
No, I think he just that's blood pressure, my guy. I think he might be. He's 1,000 over 999.
Right.
Get off the pole, Nick. Yeah, I'm always.
Are we gonna have a Nick on a pole match? Nick on a pole match.
Well, no, you missed it.
I got it. I got a lot of it.
All right.
Set the record for most references to Nick on a pole than we've had ever on the channel.
Well, there wasn't many before, so it's not a hard bar to fucking climb over.
Yeah, right. Not a hard pole to get to jump. But Ivar with a little bit of a clunky spot, but they are in control. Waking up Eric. Again, the crowd seems to buzz a little for the Vikings and quiet for everything else.
Raw's tag team division just is not on the level that SmackDown's is.
Right. What do you think of Sammy getting a heel championship run? Zayn? I don't know. I think Sammy deserves a title run at some point. I just don't know.
No, that was the question going around of does he end up a world champ at some point?
I believe he does. I believe he does, and I do think eventually he needs to become a heel.
Mm-hmm.
That moral compass has to snap, bro.
It did. Oh.
Ivar pancaking Kofi. See what I did there?
The fake static, the fake glitch.
I like it. That's what you do. Oh, shit.
Oh, 1, 2. They stole it.
Hey. And they're leaving out the back door.
We'll get the hell out of Dodge out here. We just stole this. And I thought you were on your break. I thought there could have been the potential the Creeds won this, and you go into Worlds Collide. You've already got Chad Gable on the card. You get the Creed brothers versus the Lucha Tag Raw Tag Team titles. There you go. Bob's your uncle.
Right.
I'll just come in like swerved in on that fucking pallet raised on the forklift.
Right. As we go to the back with Liv and Raquel again.
Right. Well, I'm going to go see a man about a forklift, sir. I'll be back.
There you go. Nick going to the pole. Get some practice. That stream is coming soon. Polar size with Nick. But we got Io Sky. We got Kairi Sane. And they are not happy with Liv Morgan and Raquel, who are teasing them at the moment. Mr. Noob, the crowd is quiet during Raw match. Shocker. Charisma, vampires all around. Yes and no, Mr. Noob. Yes, at times. They were very into everything we got. They were into the opening promo. They were into the opening match. The triple threat had them on their feet. And I think, if nothing else, you get a real good indication about what they care about and don't care about. Real fast, you kind of have that idea from the fan base. Like, they just weren't reacting to the other things happening in the match. Ivar gets a big move, they pop, goes quiet again. Now, are there vampires out there that are doing their doing their best, but still sucking the life out of the building? For sure. For sure. But here comes Jey Uso. As the action continues, folks, we are over the first hour mark here. It's an hour and a half into the stream. We got over 100 people with us kicking. Make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, and make sure you're having a good time. Get your feel goods and keep the party rolling all week long. We are back at it. We don't stop, folks. But Jey Uso with the people. Triple H literally posted on Instagram for Money in the Bank in his caption, John Cena and Logan Paul versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Okay. Yes. I'm curious, what are you trying to convey? Unless that's for someone else. Xavier escapes for the win. I thought the match was a little bit okay. The triple threat was a lot more fun. Not a bad, I mean, again, not a great match. Overall, it just kind of fell flat. It's like getting hit by a subway train. Let's go. Fun match. New Day for the New Day wins. Spanish Rachel looking good. Liv and versus Kyrie would be interesting. Remember, Liv and Raquel still have the tag titles. So they do. I know Nick wants them to get rid of the women's tag team division, but they still have title holders, and it will require some rebuilding. So what do? Who do they bring in? Who do you put together to challenge them? And what is their plan? Everyone's kind of curious. Io Sky and Kyrie on screen. Now off screen, we got Jey Uso. I said tag match. Oh, my bad, Mr. Noob. And yeah, you got a point. Absolutely with that one. Especially a Raw tag match. Then they have been a little bit quiet for some of the even some of like the MCMG and DIY sometimes. You might be onto something. My apologies for overlooking the tag part of your comment. LED board glitching equals definitely why it's 6. LED. Context is king on that one. It's just me, Uso. Yeah, we got Jay in the building, folks. How you feeling about Jey Uso right now? He's had the belt for a little bit. He's going into Money in the Bank, teaming up with Cody Rhodes. How we doing with Jay? Andre, how you doing? The women's tag team division does seem like it will retire soon. They released 4 possible tag teams with Kaden, Katana, Gigi, Cora, Jakara. They decimated it. And again, I think Nick, my buddy Nick, kind of feels that way. And it's hard to argue. Look how close they are. It's scraps. Outside of actually having world tag team champions, it's kind of gone to scraps. So what do you do? Who do you use? Who's coming up? How are you going to piece people together? Like, I thought if you were going to do Roxanne and Julia as a tag team, it would work. It would hold up. It would at least give somebody to challenge. Now you got Kyrie. I know you already have Io Sky, the world champion, but Jey Uso running the encore. Still over his shit, whether you love him or not, folks. How do you feel about Jey Uso? 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Let's go. Liv versus Kyrie tonight. Let's go. That's going to be fun. Welcome back, Liv Morgan. Julia Rocks failed. It did, and it got parted like the Red Sea. This production with the icy white lights is beautiful. Darius, thank you. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Who the F is the celebrity guest for the DLC and 2K? A basketball player, right? Yeah. They went to a basketball player for this one. Liv versus Kyrie, set. Let's go. Added to tonight's card. At least at that last next to Jey. Okay. Welcome to the Yeet Revolution. Again, people are liking it. Somehow, so how small is Kyrie saying? Liv is like 5 foot tall, and Sane makes Liv look 6 foot tall. I'm curious. Do heels matter? Do heels count? In wrestling, do heels count? The question of the night. But yeah, no, Kyrie's small. Probably in around 5 foot, I would say. That kid got so hyped eating. Yeah. Jey Uso coming up with the fans. I mean, it's like Bret Hart putting the glasses on someone's face. It's really good. And the crowd is into all of it. He is more over than anybody in wrestling right now as far as crowd response goes. People are mad at some of his matches. I think his wrestling's underrated. I think his promos are fine. And the crowd eats it up. It's hard to be mad at Jey Uso. But Gunther is in the house. Heels and poles. Heels and poles. The old song, Heels and Poles. Let's go, folks. Kyrie is 5'1". Yeah, there's a few. What is Vega? Is Vega 4'11", 4'10"? But it's boring for a lot of us at times. I might need a little bit of context there. Boston, Steve, this is what is the most annoying thing about the J shit. All right, thank you. We're getting down to brass tacks. We don't fucking need your song to play again every time. But the crowd is demanding it. And if you go to New City every single time, think of it as imagine it was a band. They do encores 9 out of 10 shows, right? Most of their big shows, they're coming back out for an encore. And so I can't believe it. They don't need to do it. And I get your point, but the fan base is demanding it. They're in the building, and it's such an over moment. Even Jay doing the dance in the crowd with the kids, it's so over. Yeah, tough titty, said the kitty. I mean, it's cooking. It's so hard to take it away from him. I think if this was 10 years ago, a lot of people would just be, okay, this is, he's over. You'd just be over. Like, people didn't sit around and go, oh, I can't believe they what so much. They were just over, right? Why does The Rock always do his catchphrase? It was just over, right? DX didn't have to do the same shtick every time we saw them, but it was over. Jay is over. So we have to watch it. Let's go. The ring general, Gunther. Vega's 5'2". Is she 5'2"? Taller than, oh, wow. Okay. She seems so little. You got to play the hits. That's it, man. Right? Like, it's kind of like this, a bit of the modern kind of philosophy with wrestling and with other things. It's almost like when a band comes up with a banger album and they're like, we're never making an album that sounds like that ever again. And you're like, why? You found the recipe. Now nobody likes your shit. What are we doing? I completely get why people in the crowd like it, but me at home, well, again, it almost sounds like you got FOMO. Like, I wish I was there partying. No, I mean, for me as a fan watching, the fact that I'm watching this guy blow the building up, that to me is fun to watch. So again, it might not be your favorite. That's fine. And different strokes, different folks. But I think that I enjoy watching the fan base go nuts. I enjoy, like, is he going to do it? We all know he's going to do it, but it's that, like, do you really want another one? And then finally the pop is enough that he goes back and does it again. They lose their minds. That's what your job is. Like, Jey Uso has accomplished exactly what you want to accomplish as a professional wrestler, right? It's no different than winning the Stanley Cup or winning the Super Bowl. He has got to that point where he landed everything. It's like when Mick Foley gets Mr. Socko over. Who the hell thought that was a good idea? How the hell did that become a good idea? You look back at it and you're like, that was kind of dumb. There's a grown-ass man running around with a sock shoving down people's throat. And nowadays, if he had done it, if we had Socko, I'm sure fans out there, I can't believe he does that. Does he even wash that sock? It's just kind of the culture that's been created in a lot of pockets. But if anyone's curious about the current wrestling show, Gunther is just doing what Gunther does. serious, no messing around, sarcastic, talking down to Jey Uso. And Gunther will get his hands on Jey in Arizona, I do believe. Was that on the 31st? How do you think Gunther versus Jey will go? Does it end in a finish? I highly believe that Gunther versus Jey will have some kind of chaotic finish to it. I do think that somehow you tie in Cena and or Logan Paul. Does Cody get involved? Does Jey find a way to win because of all the chaos? How will it play out? It would be crazy if Gunther won the title back. And it almost is counter to what they're selling us right now. So if Jey loses to Gunther, that idea of Jey could lose the belt to a YouTuber goes away because now that YouTuber has to beat Gunther. But it would make Gunther a huge babyface if Paul went after him. SmackDown has no female tag champs. They only one tag belt in WWE for the ladies, and I think that's the way it should be for the men's. I think the men's needs one tag belt for now. I don't think there's enough depth. If you had like the Street Profits as your world champion, as we do, and let's say they're taking on the Viking Raiders on a Monday, or they're going to NXT to take on Out of the Mud for a one-off, that to me might make the tag teams more interesting. Having it split and then having like New Day, the Creeds, and the Vikings as pretty much all you have in the men's division. The other ones we kind of see kind of thrown together. And then on SmackDown, you have a really good tag team division. It's just we're trying to build momentum with it. And I think they've done a good job on SmackDown. I fight for them. I fight for me. The crowd pops. Jey Uso answering Gunther back, folks. Make sure you get in that chat. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Hope everyone is having a great night. It's so far, so good. Great way to start off the week. Move to Canada, noob. Where's noob? I get it pops the crowd, but I don't need to see a 5-minute entrance followed by a 3-minute commercial, and then a 4-minute wrestling intro, 3-minute more of commercial. That is valid. And I understand as a fan why that gets cumbersome. I constantly complain about entrance, commercial, entrance, backstage segment. Like when you have the wrestlers who are about to compete in a live arena, standing in the ring for like 11 to 13 minutes, that's bad for the live viewing audience. Just listening to like Naomi's theme song on repeat. It's rough. I get that. I get that for sure. At times, clumping it all together like that does, but that's not Jay's fault. Jay's job was to get over. He is one of the most decorated one half of the most decorated tag teams in all of wrestling ever. And now he's proving he is a draw. He sells merch. He gets the people on their feet. And his matches are pretty good. I know people, for some reason, I think a big part of this is a guy like Jim Cornette has been very critical of how Jay works. But to me, Jay works very similar to like Dwayne, to The Rock, like in that sense of those big looping claps instead of strikes. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think he's okay. He hangs in. But they're setting up that match. Plus, you have Cena and Logan Paul in the back of his mind. How do you think it's going to go, folks? Logan will interfere. Very possible. I respected Gunther as a former world champion. He is a fighting champion day in and day out. Gunther's great, and Gunther couldn't keep the belt forever. I thought the Jay moment was well-deserved, made sense, fell a little flat. I think the decision to go with a submission finish, I think you would have been better off a really big frog splash. He kind of like has that frog splash where he pops up, takes a deep breath, and then clips on the pin, and the crowd counts down. And that's where you get that moment. I think the crowd would have popped a lot better. Whoa. I got Cody and Brandy having a chit chat. Okay. We're on the Wheatley Vodka bus with Cody Rhodes and wife. Brandy Rhodes. How do you guys think of this? SmackDown has the Hervis. They do. Gunther versus Jey Uso, the Raw after Money in the Bank. Very curious if the winner of Money in the Bank is very much a possibility as well, Ronan. It could be a case of somebody tries to cash in and it actually leads to Gunther losing. It could all these potential angles coming out of Money in the Bank do exist, right? So we'll see. I hope this match lasts between Jay versus Gunther, KJ. It's getting a little boring. I don't mind it. And I do think that if you want to help solidify Jay as your champ, another win over Gunther really does that. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm leaning towards it probably will. As here comes Liv Morgan and Raquel. Liv is back, folks. Do you get Goldberg interrupting? Oh, I hope not. I hope not. I still hope not. I don't know what we gain from Gunther versus Goldberg. I don't know. Do we sell more tickets if Goldberg is going to be on something? SummerSlam, Goldberg, Gunther. Do more people go to see Goldberg? Does he up the ante at all? Speaking of upping the ante, and
he ups the ante, but only in medical presence, being in attendance. That's where he ups the ante. Okay. I feel, but yeah, no. And I heard you right before I came back bring up the point about Jey Uso works like The Rock, and he does. He does the look at the hand before you throw the hand and everything.
Right.
That same style. And Logan interfering and costing Gunther the match to still try and fuck over Jay before the tag match might be your way to get out of Jey Uso versus Gunther, and Gunther loses a second time.
And if there is an ongoing chase from like a Logan, this idea that the YouTuber is going to help ruin wrestling, my God, we already know it, because I know what your reaction is going to be if Logan does grab that belt. But my God, you are not alone. You are going to be part of the vast majority, and they are fully aware that that decision will have that reaction.
Facts. As Darius saying, this production with the icy white lights is beautiful.
I like it.
WWE books their tag division just like AEW, just matchmaking with surface level stories no one cares about. On Raw, I'll give you that. On SmackDown, I can debate that.
SmackDown has evolved past that. I think we both would agree on that, right? Like 6 months ago, 7 months ago, yeah, you're right. But DIY, MCMG, Street Profits have been banging. They're giving them time. The matches are good. Yeah, we just saw the entire tag team division just had a triple threat match here on Raw.
Right. Yeah, and by the way, shout out Ford for hitting a Noma de Patria Filet thing, and that'll help him from Howdy and everything.
Right. That was good.
But folks, let us know whether, as I'm in commercial, you might be in action, but let us know whether you're taking. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. I'm just getting the entrances now. Kairi Sane on the way to the ring, coming alone, even though Liv came with Raquel.
Well, she's only got Asuka. Or no, she's only got Io. She doesn't even have Asuka. We got an Asuka.
Maybe Asuka come back tonight, and it's Kairi and Asuka going after the world titles, the tag titles.
Fucking.
Again,
let us know who you're taking on Liv versus Kairi. Does the women's tag titles, do they just need to end in wrestling? Do they just need to end?
In 2025, I don't think they can. I think it's a bad look. I think it's a bad look.
They're not survivable. They're not profitable. They're not.
Now, I completely said this when you were on your pause, Nick. You're right. I mean, it's been picked to the bare bones. And the fact that they looked at their roster and picked off 4 women that were all in tag teams made little to no sense. So maybe you're right. Maybe that's why the women's tag team. But you have it around Liv and Raquel. So do you have opportunities for like a Kairi and an Io, or a Kairi and somebody, or some like 2 other women's? Patrick,
you had opportunities, and you
like do they try and if they're gonna keep the division, They're gonna have to waka waka.
Hey, we finally waka waka. Well, I saw him before, and when they were shouting out Tom and fucking Bert, I'm like, why are we not paying any attention to Waka?
Hey, Titus.
He still works here. And who is Patrick Maroon?
He is a Stanley Cup winner with Tampa Bay. Hard-nosed, great hockey player. Played on a bunch of teams. I think Anaheim, Edmonton. The type of guy that he's a house of a man. And if you ever wanted to go to war with somebody, he'd be a good choice.
Well, 1 through 5, which Maroon is he?
3.
4? Is he Maroon 4?
He might be Maroon
5. He might be Maroon 4.
I'm going to try to work it out. Maybe he is the 4th one.
As we got Kyrie and Liv, and yeah.
Get your votes in, folks. Who's going to win this one? Kyrie taking on Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan back from her production. That is worldwide.
Worldwide? Yeah, fitting with Titus. Worldwide?
Right?
Well, did you see Darren Young? I can't remember his name beyond that outside of it, but he's ready, willing, and able to come back to the WWE if they're able.
Yes.
Fair enough. Are we about to have, a better match with Liv versus Kyrie Sane than we got between Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa?
We'll find out. I mean, Stephanie and Jordan Grace had an absolute great match last night. Let's not overlook that. Like, I know we talked a lot about AEW, but Oba Femi, Miles Bourne was one of the best matches of the weekend.
I think it had the disadvantage of going toe-to-toe with the Anarchy. I was thinking it's comparable for a reason, but yeah.
Right. You're right. Like, especially when you're watching both, the chaos is winning.
Yes.
You're like, holy shit, why did that table blow up? Oh, Oba won.
Why is he on fire? What the fuck is a Waka Flocka, Anthony? Anthony, respectfully, you cannot live in Atlanta and not know who Waka Flocka is.
Anthony, it's a special order at the Waffle House. Go next time, ask for a Waka Flocka when you get there.
Ask for that and a Malcolm Muscle, and you'll get treated right.
Oh, Kyrie popping Liv to the apron.
Liv,
you wanted to dress Boston's
She's got the fucking Britney Spears toxic attire on.
He really, yeah, absolutely. She's looking like a licorice.
Fruit roll up, my guy. Fruit roll up. Fruit by the foot.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, powerbomb on the floor.
Oh,
crowd a little quiet for this match at this moment. Do you want to address his accusation here?
Nate loves comparing WWE to AEW. It's literally his favorite thing to do. Yes, 100%. Absolutely. It's what I dream about. It's what I stay up late at night and do. Is I want to see how I can compare one to the other.
Right, you got charts and graphs and
exactly. Who is Pepe Sylvia? Who is Pepe Sylvia?
As we are on a commercial break for some of you out there, Liv gets 2 count on Kyrie. Those the SmackDown ladies tag teams.
Name them, because I don't think there are any.
Yeah, and they're not officially SmackDowns. They cycle through the shows, and I think that's what they should do with the men's titles.
I struggle already with the men's division. You've even talked about a mention of it. Should they just unify it and we have a one floating title? If we're doing that with the men's, I think the women's, especially when we've cut half, if not most, of the tag teams.
Yeah,
that division, that ship is sunk. That's at the bottom of the goddamn ocean right now.
Yeah, are you giving up on the division, or are you giving up on the
I'm giving up on the premise in wrestling right now. TNA's done it, WWE's done it. Tony Khan seems like he's a day late and a dollar short with trying to go back to it, trying to introduce it.
So you're saying you don't like women's
just
wrestling?
run its course. I mean, I think you have women's mid-card belts, so you just have them do it.
Okay. I mean, you might be right. I mean, I can't explain why you would cut everybody that was in a tag team. Half. It's almost like a punishment.
Thanos, I am inevitable.
Right?
They got the Infinity Stones and they were labeled TKO, and they just decided they'd snap and get rid of half their women's tag team division. Well, even TNA, Spitfire, split up now. That was the only other tag team out there besides the Elegances.
It's weird. I feel like the old Eddie Murphy.
End of times. It's the best of times. It's the blurst of times. It is the end of times. It is the end of days.
Liv's got Kyrie in a chokehold. Yeah, it's like the old Eddie Murphy bit of half. I want half. They just took half. Took it all. Like, I don't. Why would not? Like, other than Chance and Carter, they both went.
Yeah, but I mean, well, you already lost an Alba Fire. You lost a Jakara Jackson. You've lost this. You've lost, like, everybody got to go. There is one of you must stay. The other must go.
As Liv all over Kyrie getting her foot to the ropes. Is Jakara still the biggest surprise for you?
Yes.
A few weeks later.
Yes.
I really
because it was literally the same week they had them split up as a faction, and they were already out there challenging not only for the knockouts tag belts, they were out there with Bianca and Jade for the women's tag belts on the main roster. If there was an NXT title to be had, they were out there fighting for it. Like, that was to me the biggest surprising move, because that was the death nail, because you took your top faction, your top women's tag team, and cut it.
Right? Yeah, it's so weird. Oh, big spear by Kyrie.
Right.
Wow, getting a little energy here now that Kyrie's fighting back. You got to give the WWE at least 3 to 4 months to see where they're headed with the women's tag team division. Evolution is coming up. There has to be a build for that, right?
Yeah, they can do it with the mid cards, I guess. I'll give them that. You do it that way. You build some interpersonal feuds and everything.
Oh,
as far as the tag divisions, they killed them.
So if over the next 3 months they bring in, a few teams, people have talked about the Iconics returning, or you call up a couple teams that could work. But if they add a few teams, I mean, is it possible they get, it could still be something?
Then you're rebuilding what you already had, though. That's the thing. Yeah, but
you're rebuilding
with like saying we're going to go to a run-based offense, so I'm going to start signing. What do you mean, why? You just cut off half of your tag teams and everything. You just start signing more teams. You already had a division.
So is it not possible their idea is, all right, we're going to bring in better people than we had, and that's going to be our new division? It's not like building with the same pieces.
But why are we delaying? Why are you not just molding it into the fold and everything like that? Why are you not working in those Reese's pieces instead of just, we're going to leave these cookies bare here for a little bit and then we'll just work this shit in later?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a very good argument in the sense of, like, why would they do it? I don't get it. But I still think that if you get, in time, we might have an entirely new looking division that is fine.
Yeah, but it won't have tag teams.
No, I'm specifically the tag teams division. I don't think they're going to get
No. That's gone.
I cannot see them. I think they're very aware of the reaction that people will kind of be people.
Where's the outcry? Where's the outpour? Everybody wants to cry about women's wrestling. Where's the fucking outpour?
There was tons. That's why they won't get rid of the tag
on the releases. They cried because they got released, not because of the division.
No, but it was part of it that they gutted the division. Absolutely. Right? But you have Liv and Raquel as tag champs. What a move. 2-2-2.
Ooh.
Not a bad match here between Liv.
But that fucking face she just pulled.
No, I don't want the Bella Twins to come back. Damien, stop that.
No.
I'd rather have Goldberg.
Anthony's favorite song is Misbehaving.
WWE has a good recent history of rebuilding on the fly. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. That's fair. Okay. Everyone educating Anthony on Waka Flocka. I love it. I love
Well,
it.
I like Lady B. It comes from the
Right.
Muppets. Get on your Muppet history, Anthony.
Waka waka. Here we
Waka
go again.
hey hey.
It's so ridiculous.
That's the NWO theme song. Listen to the NWO theme song, which, by the way, I guess the artist who did the graphic for them never got paid a dime. Drew $1 million, never got paid a dime. But yes,
right.
Go and listen to the NWO theme song now in 2025. You will hear Waka Waka hey hey.
Right. It's true. But Kyrie has Liv up. Liv slides through. How did the chat go? Liv 59%. Kyrie 32, nobody 11.
Oh, Comebreaker.
Ew, Damien. Ew. Take that back.
Oh. Well, I clicked on Bendy. I thought you would have liked this if I think they re-signed Gallus when NXT Europe debuts.
I really do think so. I think there's a lot of talent. I mean, I think you might see Pete Dunne more prominently. Maybe Tyler Bate goes back that way. They have some talent from NXT UK that I think they're going to reinsert into NXT Europe.
Is it going to work?
I think so. The Brit. Oh, wait.
Roxanne. You don't gotta turn on the red light. But no, she's going to show that hey, Liv, I'm not trying to take him from you. I'm here to help you.
Help. Yeah. Oh,
backslide. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Kyrie wins as Roxanne and Raquel are fighting on the outside.
There you go. Kyrie steals the win. And the ref
I've learned from experience, you never get in the middle of two Latinos arguing.
Right. Botchamania moment.
As people who have been on Botchamania, no, I don't know where that applies.
It's clunky. She slipped through and it looked kind of weird. And like I said, the ref, to her credit, waited to make sure the shoulder was down because they were trying to kind of get into position. Watch if they re-show it.
Oh, they won't. But yeah, no, but it's Ref Jess. She's one of the better referees, the better officials out there.
People are saying botched. Am I missing like on the replay?
That's what I said. I was like, where's the issue?
Yeah, I don't know. Specifically, what did you guys see? I just watched the replay.
Having things look like they're organically happening is not a botch.
Watching that replay, other than it took her a second to get her shoulder down flat, I think we're fine.
Right. Oh, Rhea Ripley. Mommy's always on top.
Said it like we were possessed.
Yes, master. Yes, master. This is my mommy. This is my gun. This is for fighting.
Da, da, da. Please say Raquel and Liv are going to argue for Dominic Mysterio. Roxanne and Liv are going to argue for Dom Christian.
Yeah, Raquel's having to fight off fucking Carlito when he might get these hands from Bronson or from Braun Strowman, even though he's fired.
I think Raquel siding with Roxanne is great. I think everything that happened to Rhea that Liv did gets done to her. Raquel, Dom, everybody joins Roxanne. Roxanne's the cooler, newer friend.
But is Roxanne there to be the sleeper cell, to be the Scarlet Witch, all of that, to be or the Black Widow, all of that, and fuck up Dom shit while Finn just laughs in the background?
Right. No, I agree. I do think she's in there to cause trouble. Even by hook or by crook, she's going to be in there doing something and getting involved. We saw it tonight where she was helpful, but distracting.
Yeah. I tried to help, but ended up screwing you over.
Right. Chad Gable with a bloody brow as we go to commercial. I got Brutus.
I have commercial for Doom.
I got Brutus. I got American Made, the whole crew's here. Ivy Nile. Chad Gable chastising them. And Vikingo.
Michael hyping up Bird Lady. Well, she was in the ad for 2K25 because she's part of the new DLC. All that.
Bird
Mommy
Lady
in the Bank.
up next. Oh. Mommy in the Bank. I like it.
More likely, Cross wins or Rhea wins?
More likely, Cross.
Fair. I'll take that.
It all depends. Like I don't want to cop out. I say right now, I think Cross has a better chance. Rhea, it all depends who gets in this. But ouch, AJ Styles lays out Chad Gable. Let these two have a rivalry. That will be fun to watch.
Shout out JV, and I've seen you in the chat, and I don't know if we've halfway clicked on you or anything like that, but he sent me a thing about, could you, now that you have Trick Williams as TNA champion, the man who can't be beat as TNA champion, what have you, you already had AJ Styles of doing the voiceover for the TNA title, video package and everything. Could it be that's his right off into the sunset, is AJ takes it back for TNA?
That'd be amazing if AJ's the guy that goes and gets it. That kind of cool. I think a bit of a reach, but my God, if we could fantasy book, that would be kind of the best way to do it. Maybe.
Fair enough. That's the universe mode. That's the universe mode.
A little. I mean, again, I think they've teased us a little bit with Mike Santana, for example. So yeah, AJ would be great though. I like that a lot.
Does Santana come up short?
Depends when it happens. I'm going to say no, but maybe he doesn't win the first time. So he might come up short and then have to run it back.
But does Joe Hendry run it back? Because Joe Hendry's got a right to a rematch following kind of understood laws of wrestling.
Yeah, I'm curious how Joe ties back into this. Because if Joe gets a comeback, then there's a good chance that Joe could win his title back just on a TNA show. I thought it was really good from the TNA wrestlers. A lot of them were on social media today, like giving Joe shit. Way to go, buddy. Great job, guys.
Way to go, dumbass.
Right? Like, right on. Mommy in the Bank.
But does Joe kind of just fill out his obligations and then he moves over?
I almost wonder if they don't alter his standing with the company and like, listen, this guy's hot. Oh, wait, we're in the back. Audio issues.
Yeah. 2K24 in the background.
As they fix the audio, we got Finn like diddly potato.
Oh, 90.
Oh, Liv walks off. Finn's still smiling. JD's not happy about it. Carlito's confused by everything.
Yeah, but this is all Finn's plan.
Right.
So are the seeds of discontent.
Yeah. And Liv storms off. She's pissed. Joe can end up winning Money in the Bank. Yeah, put Joe in the Money in the Bank.
You imagine your Money in the Bank. Karrion Kross, Joe Hendry, Seth Rollins, Penta. Already right there. Who the fuck's winning?
Right? Here comes Bird Lady. Woo! Her song is Triumph by Def Rebel. This isn't the Triumph I know. Got my wig fried like a bad bird.
I want to be deaf to this rebel.
Oh, man.
Caw.
Finn master plan in effect. Yeah, you see that grin on Finn's face. He knows what's up. And that little ticking time bomb, that is Roxy causing all kinds of problems. Wow. There is Jack. She really is.
Well, and shout out LJ Cleary, by the way. That man was catching all the fucking strays just because he happened to wear some glasses.
My God, right? People ate him. Poor guy. Sitting at home like, am I really that fucking ugly? This sucks.
Yeah, but no, they're the same fuckers that just enjoy the wrestling. Oh, well, we love all the wrestling, but let's just sandbag and poo-poo and poo-poo on this wrestler.
Listen, some of us in this world, fucking fight outside of our weight class and we land, higher than we deserve.
We outkick our coverage.
Yeah, shit. So don't hate the man. Who cares if he's a
Don't
2?
hate us because you ain't us.
Right? If you're a 2 and you pull in an 8, you get a high 5. Why are we criticizing this man?
Yeah, that's a fucking 10. The fuck is we talking about?
Come on now. That's ridiculous.
Lyra is just becoming Irish Soruka.
Wait, why?
Because instead of just the long drapey blonde hair, it's the long drapey blue hair.
Okay.
What in the fucking paper mache is she wearing as an outfit? And she's got a mid-card title that she knows she ain't losing anytime soon. Right. Tell me when I need to stop making comparables here.
Well, I mean, she looks like a nice little gift. Like she got bows on her. I don't mind
bows on. She looks like she's gonna sell me some fucking crystals.
Maybe.
And I don't. And they may not. They may be smokable.
Oh, dude, no way. Come on now. She looks like the good girl that you got to corrupt.
Oh no, she's done a mushroom or two.
Get out of here.
But she's a fan of the LSD. Know what I mean?
I want to know if she's doing a good job, because you're going to say she did a bad job because you didn't listen.
Well, yeah. All I hear is caw, caw. I don't speak Burdenese.
She's another one of those people like Drew lose the sword. I think maybe she needs to lose the wings. Just have like a feathery robe.
No, I think that's the only reason we know her is because of the fucking wings.
She can still be the bird lady.
If she came out no wings, who the fuck is who?
Well, she got a feathery robe. She still got feathers.
Fucking big bird ass.
She talked like she won the match.
Is the fucking Hermione Granger out here? It's not fair.
I'm trying to give her a fair shake.
Well, and I know as much as
we take people.
I think what works with her is because she's good enough, she's strong enough and everything, and she's pushed well enough and everything that she can take a fucking ribbon or two and everything. Mm-hmm. And you still pull for her in the match and everything.
That's been her one thing. Now, eventually, I think that has a... Oh, okay, she's firing up. I think that buys you some rope, but it doesn't give you a forever run. But because she is so talented, her matches are so good. She's jacked, she's strong. She goes in the ring. Like her match with Becky will be good. They give her a little more patience, right? They give her a little chance to find her personality as Becky Lynch.
She's had some of the longest runway out of anybody out there. But her promos back and forth with Becky have actually been some of her best stuff.
Yes. I think because that familiarity, she's able to just talk to Becky the way you would normally talk instead of delivering lines, right?
This is just me being me.
Talking to you. Get out of here. Becky coming out very cash tonight.
Well, her fucking husband stole her wardrobe.
Yeah, no shit. You weren't supposed to come back. Now what do we do?
But I like this stuff from Becky now at this point, though.
Right?
Of I am everything you say I am. Fine. You want to say I worry about myself? Yeah. I absolutely fucking do. You want to say that I push everybody down? Sure, I do.
You mean your husband? The only talented thing about you.
But this is, I will say this is putting Lyra in the Becky spot versus Charlotte with Becky in the Charlotte spot. You're switching. Well, no, a similar story-ish of your. Go ahead.
Nothing. It was just fun to listen to. I had to connect the dots in my head.
Yeah, well, no, it's you have the young whippersnapper, the young upstart, the Irish lass there. That's trying to take down the seasoned veteran. That I am what I say I am.
Yeah, people are talking about me because I beat you, and she's fired up. How you guys feeling about Bird Lady right now? How's Lyra doing?
Is she a nice rotisserie? Have you, plucked the feathers yet? How we doing?
I love Lyra. There you go. That's how he's doing. Lyra is going to surpass Becky Lynch in legacy.
Oh.
Mark my words. Never say never, man. She's just getting started.
Is that almost what you would want? If you want to set the pathway so those who follow you can carry the ball further?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think so. I mean, Lyra could have a phenomenal career. And if you get her comfortable, and right now she's spitting fire, from what I can hear, by herself solo, stale.
Oh, Becky's so fucking good, though. You will let me finish. Becky is the best of the four horsewomen. Fuck what anyone else wants to say. I'm staying on business with that. Becky is the best of the four horsewomen. Fight me on it.
Charlotte is.
She wouldn't be at where she is if she didn't have the last name.
The last name made it harder for her, and she had to overcome it with the athleticism.
The last name opened a lot of doors, though.
Absolutely. It allowed her to walk through the door, but it didn't. There was a lot of people with last names that didn't stay. She stayed because she was so good, and people hate her because she's so good.
Becky at one point was where Bailey is right now when you view the four horsewomen of how everybody wants to poo-poo and foo-foo Bailey. That's where Becky was at one point. Now she's put herself to where she's in that comparable to where she's in the discussion for number one out of these four.
She's the strong number two. Very good runs. Better baby face than Charlotte ever was, but she's.
I'm gonna give you the two-piece with the soda on the side.
Right? The solid number two. Becky is so annoying. Go home and eat some yogurt. Becky's fine. I don't know why we hate everybody.
Well, no, she played it out perfectly, and this is what I love of. You got mad because you couldn't relate to me anymore because you don't understand success. You don't understand winning. You don't know what this feels like, so you hate what you can't be. So that is why you hate me.
Yeah. No, I like it. I mean, I thought, oh, Cross and Sammy.
he jump scared me. Why? Who's the fuck? So, New Day backstage, by the way, walking around with Grayson Waller, but yeah, Cross just jump scared the shit out of me.
What would the New Day and Grayson Waller have in common, like, or together?
Employment?
No, but like, what would outside of that?
That's it. That's it.
Like, I'm like, why? We've seen this several times of Waller and the New Day, and I don't get the connection yet. Cross and Sammy, man, Money in the Bank, or Cross and Sammy both in the Money in the Bank and fight at SummerSlam. Cross and Sammy goes.
No, but you want Sammy as a heel. I like the idea.
Well, but you get your wish.
Playing the fucking puppet master. There are no strings on me.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's how you get your wish, as far as Sammy stays the moral compass, and you have Cross play the opposite of that. Psycho Clown.
Yeah, El Hijo. See, hey, wait, aren't they supposed to colonize AAA? Aren't they supposed to marginalize AAA? Aren't they supposed to whitewash TNA or AAA and everything? I thought that was the fucking narrative that Dave Meltzer and co. would tell you.
Wagner,
we're going to hype up Psycho Clown. Sorry.
Wagner Jr. has been on AEW programming, I believe. We've seen him a lot in the indies as well. Psycho Clown is great. Legendary guy for me. I'm pumped about Psycho Clown. I love that guy a lot. Again, they're highlighting it and taking on names that like having this match. Everything feels good, and it's free on YouTube, so you can't really anybody out there that's going to try and shit on this pay-per-view, shut up. It's free on paper. It's free on YouTube. Eat it.
So they stripped Alberto Del Rio of his title? To be determined, I feel.
Right?
Soon to be happening.
I feel like Vikingo's going to take that torch and run with it.
Yes. Well, he was before?
Yes.
When he was in AEW, he was the Mega Champion, and that's when they were doing him with Kenny.
Yeah. That'd be the hilarious. Vikingo. It'd be almost funny now that like Kenny goes to Tony. He's like, listen, I'm going to have a rematch for the AAA title. He's like, wait a minute, what? Like,
who's it? What now?
You can't go fight Vikingo anymore. Here comes Seth Rollins.
as we've got the Xfinity decibel meter. It's at a solid 95 right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
come on, Americans.
the true north, strong and free.
The wings have to stay. I like it. Well, I'll be right back. Speaking of staying.
Fair enough. KJ's going to get plucked on out of here. But Spaz with a $5 super chat. Stop trying to understand the internet. The internet is mad because a kid from a video game looks like a potato, still thinks Amber. All of that, yes, but I'm not supposed to say yes, but yeah. This is when you still have. I mean, we are on the internet, so I mean, we can't fully foo-foo and poo-poo saying the internet isn't real. But yeah, the internet isn't real. It's again, to me, it's just one of those, if you don't fucking work there, stop acting like you collect a paycheck from these assholes on any promotion, on any company. You don't have insurance through them. You don't collect a paycheck. Stop going to bat for these fucking people like you work there, and just view it like you would any other fucking show, any other movie. I don't believe I work for fucking Universal Studios, so, or can Disney, so I can critique a goddamn Marvel movie. Don't act like you work there and you're collecting a fucking paycheck. Be honest about what you're seeing. Don't be mad because they didn't do what you wanted them to do. Be honest about what is there. See the forest before the trees. Nick the Gable versus the Vikingo match is for the AAA title, which means they stripped 80. Is it actually? Did they? Anyone else out there? I can check the Twitters, but confirm or deny. Is it for the AAA title? And if it is for the AAA title, why the hell do they not do El Grande Americano? That man's been slighted. He should have had a title opportunity, because that's 100%. You get Twitter to have a fucking meltdown. Twitter will break for the 17th time this week. You get El Grande Americano versus Vikingo for the AAA title, and you airing that around any time of a AW anything ever. Absolutely, you get all of the attention. You get headlines there, and it will still be a fantastic match if you know and can actually enjoy the wrestling and don't get caught up in bullshit just to be caught up in bullshit. Seeing that match will be fantastic, but it will draw and create enough of a buzz that everyone's going to tune in. And then you get eyes tuning into AAA and excited about AAA. And now I need to learn more about this. We've done a few Triple Manias and everything, and at times it does get rough because it's hard to find where it may be and everything. But if you've got access to this on YouTube and they're going to put out their best talent and everything like that, I mean, what more could you ask for? Bendy confirming yes for the AAA title. So there you go. You're out of the woods, you're out of the light. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. We're done with Del Rio. And remember, I know I'm in commercials, so I might be a little still scratching my head, a little behind and everything. But wasn't there a lot of wrestling news sources and journalists and everything, right, that said that Del Rio had signed a WWE contract, right? But we've now stripped him of the title. We're not going to feature him on the events or anything when we're introducing the now WWE by this point, by the point of the show, would have officially purchased AAA, which again, like I said, those same journalists said that they were just going to take it over. They were going to push everything out. It was just going to be basically NXT Mexico, right? But that didn't happen. So it's almost like, if you really think about it and really look at what's actually happening versus what Twitter tells you is happening, it's a lot of fucking bullshit that wrestling journalists just put out, journalists put out there, just because it draws attention, just because it's a fucking it's a call to arms. It's virtue signaling. It is literally of, I know what it's going to be, some clickbait shit. Del Rio hasn't re-signed with WWE. WWE. Well, AEW's letting CMLL do its thing, but AEW or WWE's letting AAA still be its own thing. So it's a whole lot of a narrative that got pushed that they'll forget about it. They won't acknowledge that they ever said it. But if you really think about it, they were up shit's creek without a paddle, and they don't want you to realize that they just talk it out their ass for $14.99, $5.99, all of that. Christ, I think we're not even out here for $9.99. Nick, if you were to rank these guys in order of overness, Jay, Cody, Punk, Roman, Seth, in what order would you put them? Oh, interesting questions. I've got Sammy coming out right now. Off the rip. Just straight, unadulterated, not even thinking about. Punk, Roman, Seth, Jay, Cody. And again, that list could get shuffled in any sort of way. That is, I don't know if that's even just my biases or anything into it, but that's just straight off the rip. I don't have an X or Facebook anymore, so calming. I pity you. Wrong term. I envy you is what I should have said. I don't pity you. I envy you. At times it's a struggle. Trust me, Elon don't like me and I don't like Elon. Seth Rollins for the win. Yes, folks, let us know who you're taking. Whether you're taking this is this the main event of the evening? I feel like it might be of Seth Rollins. Why did it cut to blackness? But Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Money in the Bank qualifier. I think Seth Rollins wins. Do we see? We got a KJ Watt. Do we got a Roman Reigns?
Do we get a Punk?
Reigns
or Punk?
Roman's on the fucking Netflix thumbnail, so that's why. Is that we get a Roman Reigns?
Mm-hmm. Right? Maybe. I do want to point this out quickly. I heard you talking while I was gone. If it is true that is a AAA title match and things have changed in that company, I just want everyone to remember this.
Thank you. 100%. That is literally exactly what I was talking about of certain sources that are, more divorces than sources out there quoting things and just talking out their fucking ass.
Just want people to remember this. I'm not going to even give a comment right now on it. Just remember. I mean, this is a guy who's also, mispronounced people who have passed. This is a guy that continues to look. There you go, repping hard. So yeah,
just saying. If you could put 2 and 2 together, you might get 4. Unfortunately, this man keeps getting 22.
Right. So we'll save that in the file. And I know he went on a little rant today, trying to gain that that good old tribalism love. And again, he continues to make my head hurt. But we'll just bank some things like that. And when they become come to light exactly what happens, we'll revisit it and see how Uncle Dave's doing.
I think it has come to fruition, but I will say this, and I might tag here in a second. But yes, receipts are still a thing. Receipts are still a thing, folks, and I've never agreed more with Brian Alvarez than I have more recently, and I don't know how I feel about that.
All right, that's interesting. Steiner math was more accurate.
Yeah, well, I got a 33% chance that I'll be right back, folks.
Right. So, folks, we are in what I believe is the main event here tonight. We got Finn, we got Seth, we got Sammy. Who you taking? Who did the chat take? Nick will be back. Did I put up a poll? I might not have put up the poll. Oh my god. All right, we'll do a late poll. Apparently, I didn't ask. Thought I did. But who you taking out there? Are you taking Seth? Are you taking Sammy? Are you taking Finn? Could Finn surprise us here? I have my doubts. What do you think, folks? Seth Rollins, I got Seth. I want Seth to take out Finn. I got Seth as well. This solid main event. We've got good matches tonight from Raw. It was on the match card when they showed the match too. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Bendy. Again, we missed some details talking to y'all. Sammy gets upset. Win. Maybe. I hope we get. No, you don't. No, you don't, Christian. Take that back. I don't think you understand why. Google the man, and then you might change your opinion. And if you're under a certain age, get parental permission to use the internet and Google especially. It was on the match card when they showed it. I got that one. This is a solid main event. I agree. Sammy for the win. Triple Seth for the win. Let's go. Let's see what the chat is saying. 58% Seth, 25% Sammy, 16% Vin. Finn. Somebody getting tsunamied or missile speared. There could be a very big twist as this goes. Remember, no DQ is a triple threat match. I don't think Seth goes this one alone. But is there any support or any forces against Seth that could send it the other way? Do we get Roman Reigns? Let me know. I saw a video of Alberto ripping up a kid's belt at a show. Guy looks like a douche. Just look it up, guys. I don't want to get too far into it. Put it this way. I don't want to see him back. I don't want to see him ever. It is what it is, man. He's got a long track record, and yeah, not a good guy. Not a good guy, to put it politely. That's the first time I've gotten something wrong, Christian. It happens. Happens, my guy. As I believe we're coming back out of commercial break, folks. The Money in the Bank hanging from the ceiling. Finn in control of Sammy. Seth on the outside, maybe. We get CM Punk. Fair enough. So do we get like a Braun, and then do we get Braun and Bronson? Interesting faction. Interesting to have them together as a tag team. The Brawns. Sammy firing up. Finn, Seth, and Sammy been on main roster for 10 years and still jobber mid-card level. Paul, you might have to break that down. I don't agree with any of it. Sammy's hair has to smell weird. Why? I don't understand. It looks all right. It's just, that ginge tinge. Seth for the win. I just hope Sammy gets beat up this match. MDB, that's enough out of you. Give Sammy some love. Finn's grabbing his foot. Seth gets knocked back down as well. Sammy going for the moonsault. Springboard moonsault. Both men down. I know. No. Shout out to Sabu from Michael. Seth back in the ring. How we feeling, folks? How's it going out there? Paul, I can't even find your comment. Finn, Seth, and Sammy been on main roster for 10 years and still I read that one. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Mid-card jobber. Who? All three? Sammy overshot. Not totally, but super fast. Again, the forecast for the match is a chance of tsunami interference. Let's go. Who's your early pick for men's Money in the Bank and women's early? It's not that early because we're a couple weeks away. It's so tough not knowing everybody. I think Seth Rollins is going to win Money in the Bank. I think Seth Rollins wins Money in the Bank, unless there's a catch or caveat. Right now, we'll see. I'll change my opinion by our preview show. But I could see that women's Alexa Bliss, maybe. Punk, Seth, Cody, Jay, Roman in order of overness. In current stated, no, listen, this is getting deep. Punk, Jay, Cody. Oh, wait. Roman, Punk, Roman. Jay's super over. Cody might be at the bottom of that list. Yeah, maybe Punk, Jay, Roman, Seth, Cody. Roman, Punk, Jay, Seth, Cody. I don't know. How do you guys? That's a good question. Seth does not need Money in the Bank to help him do anything. But is it just another source of power, like another flex, another bit of leverage? And it makes it even that much more dangerous. But you're right. Karrion Kross is a good bet. I know people talked about LA Knight, but not sure where that stands. Setting up a pedigree. Crowd's a little bit quiet at the moment. Sammy takes the elbow, the forearm. Yes, there was. That's if CM Punk won't interfere the last year. Also, yeah, I mean, that becomes an X factor. Does Roman get involved? Does Punk get involved? Do they kind of prevent something from going down? For sure. I do not think Penta is going to win Money in the Bank. That's all I know for sure right now. Mammy or Bliss. I mean, Rhea's got to be a favorite. Whether you love her or hate her, Rhea's got to be a favorite. Has to be. Sammy on the top, Finn on the top, folks. Get in that chat. Big superplex. Frog splash by Seth. Could Roxanne win the briefcase? She could. Yeah, Damien, don't rule her out. If she gets into the match, and I don't know that she has yet. Yeah, 100%. If I give the Money in the Bank to Joe Hendry, it might be Logan Paul. But Joe Hendry would be fun, JV. Shock the world. For everyone running around, the poor guy's buried. We ruined his career. Blah, 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 blah. If he hands that off, and then Mike Santana becomes the hero of TNA like Anthony predicted, and Joe goes into the Money in Bank and wins it, that's his payoff. It proves a lot of people wrong, doesn't it? But I do think most of you are in commercial right now. Seth over Sammy, but the crowd is singing for Sammy. Money in the Bank broke up Rhodes and Sandow. It's true. LA Knight needs to go to Monday Night Raw. He did everything on SmackDown. I agree with that, Damien. And I almost feel like it's time for an LA Knight heel turn. I know we've talked a lot about heel turns lately. We've seen quite a few. I think LA Knight's due, though. I think LA Knight needs a little bit of something. KJ, that my product for November. Let's go. Sammy did Sabu tribute. Yes, he did. Who the F was just you catch that? Let's go. My neighbors probably think I watch too much wrestling because they have to walk through my hallway to their apartment. That's hilarious. Everyone around me knows I watch a lot of wrestling. I'm yelling about it a lot. I heard that. They always think I'm angry. Why are you always yelling? I think we need faces to win. Seems been on heels, have been on a streak of Money in the Bank winners. That is true. Could Sammy find a way into this one, guys? I don't know about Finn. Finn might be there to take the pin. I mean, I much respect to Penta. He's a veteran, but he won't win the match. Yeah, I agree with you, Christian. He's there for some fun. Monday night ads. I haven't. Well, again, I got Netflix, so it doesn't really bother me. No ads on my side, as we are 7 seconds away from coming out of commercial. All three men are just punching each other. So let's go, folks. Wild how this match is a long-term NXT showcase. Really is. Spaz in a really good point. I mean, homegrown talent. And we see more and more homegrown talent being developed. So yeah, I mean, that's one claim to fame. One thing they do that nobody really can take it away from them. There's people that we cheer for. There's people that sell tickets. There's people that sell a shit ton of merchandise that are all homegrown. Carolina up 2-0 over Florida. Finally, Carolina putting up a battle. Breaks my heart to watch Florida step on Carolina. Roxanne is in the money. Yeah, so yeah, she's got a shot at it for sure, Bendy. Thank you for correcting. LA Knight may be nervous after Max Dupree. Yeah, well, I don't think we're heading back that way anytime soon, Chris. That never happened. That never happened. Sammy on the top, Finn on the top, Seth knocked down, Finn knocked down. Crowd pops. Finn fumbles, Sammy over Finn. Into Seth, pedigree. Back body drop to the floor. Balor comes in. Went for an exploder reversal. 2, folks. Finn ducks under. Seth breaks up another 2 count. As of right now, I hate to be the guy, but they're treating Joe Henry like the next Zack Ryder in WWE. Dangle the carrot in front of him. I don't know if that's totally true, JV. I do feel like Joe's come in with a great deal of momentum. Yeah, I think it's a different vibe. Like, Matt was a guy that kind of bucked the system, fought back, found his own way, made his own path, and never really was, I'd argue, never really felt like he was on sturdy terms with the company. They always kind of had, especially at Vince time, definitely had doubts in him. I feel like Joe's a little different. But pedigree to Finn.
Speaking of doubts in him or a little different, I don't know which one we want to go with that, but yeah, I
pedigree!
think they were of their ways. Pedigree. 2.
Pin Balor.
Yeah, that's really what he is right now. Pin Balor.
Right.
Special guests on the Raw recap. Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura tomorrow. Well, I know what I'm not watching.
Right. Absolutely. I hope Sammy doesn't. Yes, John was helping me out. Thank you, John. I couldn't remember if Roxy had actually got in or not. So there we go. Roxy is in, and she's got a shot to win it. It'd be a nice big surprise win, right? Everyone talks about Rhea and who, Alexa and whoever else gets in. Roxy would be a great surprise.
You know who my sneaky pick is? Who just snuck her way in? Julia.
Yeah. Blue Thunder Bomb for the 2, because it's always a 2.
It is the move that is always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
It's like a Michinoku driver. It's always a 2 count.
Unless you're touching Michinoku.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Paul with the surprise on his face. Segura is great. They're having a time.
Bert is insufferable.
Yeah, he tries.
Seeger time, it's kind of shit.
I haven't even watched it.
Oh, fair. Well, that's going back a minute. But yeah, no. It's just, honestly, how much would you respect KJ and I? And that's not saying we're going to do it, but if we did like the whole stream with our shirt off.
Yeah, shit. I'd just be covering it up with the beard.
We'll be redder than the fucking background too, and everything.
Right.
Pasties.
That's the night that I make the overlay like abs and
we're wrestling for life pasties and everything.
We're wearing one of those
we're covered.
What?
No, you were saying covered up. I was saying we'll have wrestling for life pasties and everything. Make sure we're good.
Right. No, I do the overlay with like the muscle.
Yeah, I'm going to do it now. I'm so jacked. Yeah, it's amazing. It's fantastic. Right. I'm here to pump you up. Yeah, and the gym is over there.
Exploder in the corner, Arnold.
Well, JV, no. I will pay you to keep the shirt on. What we got for super chats?
Right?
Yeah, for every super chat we don't get, the shirt gets a little higher. The shirt gets a little higher.
Today we were setting the goal at $1,000. Nick and I are not going to put a shirt on until we get there, folks.
Exactly.
We have it in 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Hey, we've already talked about trying to keep us off the pole and the pipe and everything. So now we're just trying to keep the shirts on.
Stop!
Yo! Palooza kick!
Sammy's going to do it.
Do it.
No, his leg's out. You knew the minute he stuck his leg out.
Yeah.
There's Braun and Bronson.
I can see the Braun. Triple threat, and I'm not quoting Malachi Black's theme.
Hey! Jay, what are you even saying? Braun on Bronson.
That's what I was saying. If I'm not quoting Malachi Black's theme song of just being disgruntled and upset about all this. Yes. Super kicks. Super kick.
Oh, I thought Sammy had it. Big spear.
But this is like I was saying when it being no disqualification because there's a triple threat. Oh, Dom's gonna slide in the chair. Dom's sliding the chair to Finn. Do it.
Put it in the middle. Not a great throw by Dom. Stop on the chair. Thanks, Dom.
He went to the Heyman school of passing a hidden object.
And Seth Rollins goes to Money in the Bank. Good match. Good match.
You explained why Sammy didn't win, and you explained the tension even more, between Finn and Dom.
Right? And that's why Nick answered your question without even knowing the question was there. You're not going to call it overbooked because it all fits.
Yep. There was the reason behind it as Seth, he's orchestrating. This guy was the architect of the fucking Shield. Now he's the architect of the new generation. Look in my eyes. What do you see? About to pop up behind. I see. Yeah, of course. Cole pops up behind, takes out Seth.
Go to sleep. My God. And no hit and run.
Treat it like boxing. Stick and move.
He's not dumb. I'm outnumbered. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Do you think we do ever get fair? Oh, I was even going halfway with that. I think we could still get a Punk. Well, I'm surprised Punk's still up and at it like a jackrabbit after eating all that tsunami and everything. But do you think we ever get a Punk and Roman tandem?
Well, we kind of got a taste of it at like War Games. As we go off the air, folks, we got a lot to talk about. But get in that chat. Let us know how you felt about the show. Give us your rating out of 10. How did you feel about it? What did you like? What didn't you like? Yeah, I mean, again, if the enemy of my enemy is my friend, again, could this lead to Punk in the Bank?
It could. I don't know if you would do that apropos in like on the same show as Logan, Cena, Jay, Cody, and everything like that. Well, what match were you predicting with doing Punk in the Bank? Do you think Punk's in the briefcase match?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think you were going that. I thought you were going either a singles match or a tag match.
No, Punk in the Bank. Like Punk is the guy that pulls the Money in the Bank down.
That's actually a fantastic shout because it sets easy a backdoor into Punk versus Cena. I like it. That's not a bad show. Like I said, I thought you were just saying Punk in the Bank because he was going to be on the show if you got him in a match with Braun or something like that.
No, I'm wondering if because Seth qualifies, and if Punk is trying to get to Seth, does Punk turn around and try and qualify to then get his hands on Seth? And could that lead to like Punk and Seth at the top of the ladder at the end of the match, and whoever falls off loses? Maybe.
Oh no, it makes perfect sense. 100% in that aspect. Like once you went that way with it, I was like, yes, Sign that up
Yeah.
100%. And again, you add to we've especially seen with these Money in the Bank briefcase matches now of anybody could win it. And I do mean anybody.
But it could turn out to be one of the most star-studded on both sides of the docket Money in the Banks that we've had in a while.
Well, we're going to Hollywood. We're doing this in LA, right? We got to be star-studded. We got to be suited and booted.
Dwayne Johnson for the Money in the Bank. You heard it here first.
Oh, fuck you. All right, now you've gone too far. Travis Scott, Money in the Bank briefcase holder.
All right, 8.5 out of 10 from Mega, 7.5 out of 10 from Larry, 8 out of 10 from Ronan, 8 from Boston. A lot of people liked it. 6, Dale, what happened? What happened,
No
Dale?
No Trish.
You got to stop looking for Roman.
He was on the thumbnail. He was on the not our thumbnail, their thumbnail.
Hoping. Yeah, when Roman comes back, it'll be a moment. It'll kind of be set up. Will there be a time that there's a desperation, like you said? Would he come out, run out, and save Punk because Punk's taking a beating?
SummerSlam, you could get. That's where you could do it. I still think come WrestleMania 42, whether it's in Vegas, whether it's in London, whether it's in New Orleans, whether it's upways, downways, sideways, we get Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns in the main event.
Right? Yeah. I think at some point it's got to go down.
Right?
Carolina is up 1, not 2. Okay, thank you. Christopher gives it an 8. I give it a 9. I really enjoyed the Seth Rollins segment. Reminds me of the time when Triple H formed Evolution to get back to his throne. I liked it. I thought the promo set the tone, and Seth qualifies at the end of the night. Nice bookends.
Absolutely. Well, now they got to reestablish that throne since Cody broke it with the sledgehammer.
Right. Raw is an 8 out of 10. Roman is costing Seth at Money in the Bank, possibly. Now, does Roman cost Seth and allows? Could it be a Punk?
Well, I was halfway about to go. Does Punk just cost Seth? Could we have neither of them win it and someone else wins it?
Like the Rumble, they take each other out and then Karrion slides in or someone else.
Facts. Because actually, that's the way you get a Karrion that slides in and wins.
Yeah, not a bad shout. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from AJ. Punk being in the match works. I don't see him winning, though. I think it would be Seth and Punk. Yeah, I think so, too.
Yep.
But it's a possibility for sure. 8.5 out of 10. Punk has to be in the Money in the Bank now. Yeah, it kind of feels that way. What's up, Mr. Quake? 8.5 from the Quaker. 1, 2, 3 kid. 7.5. Dougie, fresh with not a fresh response. 5 out of 10. That feels low.
Well, you were halfway out there with the Quaker and everything. We at least know he's Hall & Oates.
Money in the Bank, AAA, Penta cashing in on Gable. Highly unlikely.
How you want to kill that gimmick? That's how you kill that gimmick.
Right. Dennis, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Jose. Another 8 out of 10, 7.5. How are you feeling about it, Nick? 7, 8.5. I love the Wrestling for Life. Mark 420. Great name. But yeah, how are you feeling about this one?
Yeah, we're very 420 advocates. I'm an 8. And I know, again, compared to what we saw for the pay-per-views and everything, the scales might seem different, but it's because it's premium lives versus a weekly television. That's at least an 8 out of 10 for me. That was a solid show, top to bottom. Hard to find fault.
Yeah, I like the show a lot. I think first and foremost, I thought the matches we got were good. I thought that we had strong matches. Again, the crowd seemed a little bit quiet on some of the tag team match, but I think it's because it's a little lackluster. But ultimately, Paul Heyman kind of introducing everybody to this new faction the way it stands now was brilliant. The main event was a lot of fun. Really good match. Ties into story. Punk coming out the end. Now we're asking, is he in the Money in the Bank? A lot of good build. A nice comeback out of Saturday Night Main Event. And a really good continuation to get us kind of excited for Money in the Bank.
Lyra and Becky was good. Heyman's introduction to everybody in the faction was good. The tag match, you can have that. That is what I'm mad at. overall, the show was really solid. Of again, not perfect, but really good, especially for weekly television.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. Overall, I thought it was great. And then I think there is a point that the WWE is trying to make a little bit, and maybe I'm wrong, but I really do believe they're trying to give their matches time, and they want to stop hearing about how they're the company that doesn't put on good matches. I think they're bucking that whole theory.
We don't wrestle. We don't wrestle.
Right? I'm an 8 too. I like the show a lot. I thought it was strong. 8 seems fair. And overall, I was highly entertained. I love the Gable stuff. I love Chad being involved. I love him looking strong. I'm excited about AAA and what they're doing with this. It's kind of, you see the difference. You don't just throw a guy into like a match that means nothing and he does a bunch of tricks. You let this guy be visible for a few weeks to build the lore of Vikingo. You want people to kind of get, I want to see this guy wrestle. Look at these clips. That's what they're trying to build. You don't just throw him in without building his name. I think they've done a good job with Vikingo on that.
Tony, we're talking to you.
Right. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, wink, wink. But yeah, and it's even then, that's your marquee match, and especially now if that's your mega super ultimate championship, all of that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, start to finish. Good show. But great chat tonight. Great live group. We appreciate all of you. It's fun watching these numbers bump through the roof. So thank you for being here. We are back tomorrow for NXT. Check out all of our stuff, folks. And don't forget our archives down below, including all of our interviews. Go check all that stuff out. We got more coming your way. As always, it's a busy week in wrestling. But yeah, we might get to see the new TNA champion and what that means starting tomorrow. The fallout from Battleground, Nick. Hell of a night of Raw.
Absolutely. And I know we're ending this, but I know he said he was joking later on this, but I think it's too funny and too much of a good segue of, guys, it's the Bible verse, Mark 4:20. Well, Wrestling 316 says when you're talking about that, you would have put that full with it.
Be with you.
Right? Our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that rest, you would have put that full life with it.
Come back tomorrow, folks. We got so much more. See you on the flip side. Good night.